Good numbing. Hello YouTube, I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to session 3 of Atelier Rorona, where today we are knee deep in our second years of assignments. We already did it, so it's just seeing what we can clean up for the board, like making a higher quality bomb, trying to see if we can take out a pseudo dunkel in the Otoga ruins. I don't know if we've even encountered that, I can check. Oh whoops, that'll be a no. But yes, it's been a little while. I was going to stream yesterday, but I just ended up very tired, and it was just, the internet was being quite troubling. It was a whole bunch of things. But we're in a rhythm to hopefully have a pretty strong week this week. Touch wood. I don't think I have any more seeds. No, I don't. Okay. Because we've got the Genshin update, we've got the PlayStation Showcase. I won't be like doing a live reaction to it, because I usually don't, but we will be talking about it. That's a trap. And then we've got the new Guilty Gear update I want to cover. Beat up some vultures, we could do that. Quality 1 included, uh-oh. Can we make Silkus? Let's go back to the workshop. I didn't need to press Palace Hallway. I mean, we can talk to you anyway, like, oi. How we doing? Oh, we can only make one. Okay. What about the Silkus? I was waiting to check that. I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoyed the Knights of Azure 2 video. I worked very fucking hard on it, so hopefully it was alright. It ended up taking much more of me than I expected it to, but I'm happy with it. There's a couple little things that like annoyed me a little afterwards, like the Chapter 6 mini-boss, my audio ended up being a bit quieter for some reason, and like things like that, but outside of it, I was pretty happy all in all. Oh, that quest got rotated. Fuck, I should have just picked it up. Oh well. I wasn't expecting the quest to get rotated like that. Well, at least the next time it shows up, we'll gotta get it. How are we doing on popularity? 38.4, okay. And we're on assignment 5 of 12, and we need to be at 80% by the end of assignment 12. Okay, we're doing okay, alright, I think, all in all. What can we do? So, Pseudo Dunkel somewhere in the Otoga ruins. And we got these to try and make as well. Dry Metal, Nardy Ring, and Runestone. I don't think we can make any of them. And we haven't been to the catacombs at all, either. Let's go to the Otoga ruins first, because there's stuff to clear up there. There's a target monster there, but that's the furthest away. Ugh. Oh, I've wanted to play this game for a while. Like, since we finished streaming it last time, we've been wanting to get back to this for a little bit. Also, worth saying, although I doubt it, because I honestly don't know how long this game is per se. Like, I don't know if it ends after 12 assignments or there's more after it or what. But if we do end up finishing this game during this week, all the streams that are Atelier Rorona will shift over to Atelier Totori. We'll just go straight on to the next one. Because if all of like the main Arlen trilogy, I imagine Arlen 4 will be longer because it was made way later. But if all of the Arlen trilogy are going to be around the same length, then yeah, I don't mind moving straight on to the next one. But yeah, we've got, on Wednesday's stream, it'll be before it actually goes live, because it goes live in the evening for me, so it'll be on the Thursday stream I'll end up talking about it. Yeah, we've got our PlayStation Showcase on Wednesday. And it's not like, you know, a state of play, it's the big one. It's going to be over an hour long and have like first and third parties. So everyone's doing their theory crafting and whatnot. And I have to go back to something that I mention it all the time, but people always fall for it, and that's why I have to mention it. If you see any quote-unquote leaks surrounding upcoming events like the PlayStation Showcase and whatnot, I'm going to tell you right now, if it's a list, it's bullshit, because no company does lists. No company, when they're doing showcases, do lists. Every single individual game is individually documented. Oh, this is like a proper big enemy. So if you ever see something, it's like, oh, look at this, they leaked the list of PlayStation Showcase games. No, they made that shit up. It's not real. Oh, what's Ether Crown? Alright, nice. Nice crit. Like the Ember's goes, ah! That's its attack. But in terms of like theory crafting and what we hope to see and whatnot, my big hope is still literally Bloodborne anything. It genuinely is just Bloodborne anything. That's all I want. Whether it's a remaster on PS5 running at 60 frames, or even if I won't be able to play it, porting it to PC just so more people can access it. But I heavily doubt, nor do I kind of really think it needs a Bloodborne 2, but a Bloodborne 2, literally anything. I'm just going to double check my mic 1 second. Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to double check something super quick. But then there's also like, because on Capcom's side of things, Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways, there's a decent chance, because the game's been out a little while. So that one's like a potential for something that could get announced. Pragmata, it got delayed into 2023. We're now, you know, nearly halfway through 2023. I really wouldn't be surprised if something like that gets announced. But then equally, they might be, you know, leaning on the stuff that's yet to come out for Capcom, because Street Fighter 6 is next month. It's literally after the showcase, could be like, oh, just over a week away from it. Oh, I have like no MP. It's okay, you do loads of damage on your own. Hopefully this will kill. Well, you'd hope so, but everyone's stacking on. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Oh, it's insanely good. Yes, there you are. Oh, it's real good. Oh, shit. Oh, and you'll be easy in comparison. But yeah, there's really not much in terms of like the Capcom side that I'm looking forward to. Like, I don't think Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to get shown off. I think that's a little off yet. I think at the absolute earliest it'll be like Game of the Year awards. It'll be Game Awards in December. It'd be nice to be wrong, because I want to see more on that and see what Itsuda's up to, but I just don't think that's happening yet. Considering how much craziness we just did, I will go back to the workshop. Oh, well, that's it for today. I better head back to the castle then. I sense a filthy stare on my back. You again? Huh? It's just me? Senior Etsu? Jeez, calm down. And what did you mean by filthy stare? I'm sorry, I thought it was... Haven't you moved on yet? That's not... She and I are already... Uh-huh, sure. You're not going to convince me with that blushing face of yours. Ugh. Look, I want to talk to you about something serious. What is it? You shouldn't be going for her pupil just because she dumped you in the past. How is this a serious topic? Besides, I wasn't dumped, and I'm not going for her pupil. I'm sorry, but you should keep it down or else everyone will hear you. I need to go now. And you should get back to work. Did I go too far? Oh, but judging from his reaction, he might actually be... Oh, this is starting to get interesting. I mean, Rorona's just like, are they arguing about me? Some bread. Yeah, I'll put some bread in there as well. It'll probably end up being a decent heal, annoyingly enough. Alright, let's immediately go see what we can turn in. Hey, nice. Oh, I wish I could compare like that silky outfit to mine before I get it. Oh, whoops, I just straight up took it off. Whoops, that wasn't my intention. Five, 13, 15, 15. Whoops. 6, 15, and then 15 on everything else. Yeah, it's better. There you are, baby girl. And a bit more generalized resistance as well. Oh, I didn't think we had that many stamps. I thought we were missing another one yet. Nice. So the rest of these, to be honest, don't really matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, yeah, we did do 8. Okay. Oh, for some reason, I thought we'd only done like 6 or 7. Well, I mean, we had done 7 before. You know what I meant. I thought we'd done less. I'm still going to try and do the rest because, you know, it helps to, like, push forward more. Let's see what we can do. Can we even make a bomb? No, we need more of that. So I guess we're going shopping. I do want to go to that new area before, you know, this cycle ends. There's a reason why I'm buying 2 of these as we go. It's because most of the times when it comes to quests, it goes that way. Oh. Huh? Ixie? What is it? Why is this forest cabbage so expensive? Aren't they usually a lot cheaper than this? Haven't you heard about the new cabbage tax? Cabbage tax? What's that? I don't know, maybe a tax of cabbage. Basically, the price of cabbage went up. Yeah, I understand that part, but why cabbage? Don't ask me, who cares anyway? You can pick cabbage anywhere. Yeah, that sounds pretty pointless. Tell me about it. What was happening in this kingdom? That's the old man trying to make things even more awkward for her. It's like, oh, she needs to buy cabbage, does she? And there's the sundries. In terms of Square Enix stuff, I think it's too close, going back to the PlayStation Showcase, I think it's too close to 16 dropping for them to suddenly start talking about something else. So as much as I'd love there to be a trailer for Remake Part 2 for 7, I wouldn't count on it. It might do, and it'd be nice if it did, but I wouldn't count on it. Assume no. Oh, you got something to say as well. Oh, you got a note in your hand as well. Miss Tiffany, are you all out of magic grass? Yeah, there's this one customer that keeps coming in and buying all I have every morning. I really need some. I guess I have to go gather it myself. Can you bring me some if you have any extra? I'll even buy it from you at a higher price than usual. Are you sure? Mm-hmm. I'm going to sell out anyway. I may as well use this opportunity to make some money. I see. I guess that's how business works. Okay, I'll bring you some if I end up with any extra. Thank you. Is that an actual quest, though? No, I should keep hold of these for that sell a set amount challenge. So I could just sell them at the start of the next thing. Oh, I think that's about it, unless there's something going on in Town's Way. No, usual antics. Alright, let's go back to the workshop, rest up to get our MP back. And then we'll head out because I want to explore the other area we haven't been to yet. Just save before we go out. There we are. World map. We haven't been to the catacombs yet, so let's go find out what it's like. It's fucking days to get over there, but we'll make the most of it. Ooh, spooky. See, everything seems fine here. I knew Master was just joking around. I better hurry up and get this over with so I can go home. Ooh. That's not a ghost, that's just some dude with a gun. Oh, so I don't know if I actually have anything that has range. It's so weird fighting human enemies in an Atelier game. Like, they really move away from it in the later games. I don't think I have fought a single human, like, from Mysterious onwards. I think this is the first game we've had human enemies. So it just really, like, caught me off guard. It's like, what the fuck? What are the bandits doing? Nice. Okay, that's a different gathering area. Is there only one exit from here? Two. At least. Okay, you know, this is a dead end, so two. Alright. Well, we fought that enemy blocking that door, so we'll go out that exit. And now, like, when Knights of Azure 2's video is behind us, I can finally say, and it's been like this for a while, if you've been with the channel for a while, you know what I'm going to say. We've done it. Because that was the thing, back before I live streamed any Atelier games, I live streamed a bunch of other Gust games. It's part of the reason why I ended up trying out the Atelier series. Because I really enjoyed Blue Reflection, and then, like, when I found out Knights of Azure was the same guys, I went over and tried Knights of Azure. Knights of Azure 2, and I even mentioned it in the review, its crashing became a real burden for me live streaming it, and it eventually, like, just took the energy out of me to want to bother, and so I eventually stopped live streaming it, and I just moved on and tried Atelier Sophie instead, which then led to all this. But I was saying for ages afterwards, it was like, oh, I will try getting back to Knights of Azure 2 in September, and then September came. It may be in November. November came. Sometime in the new year came. Like, it was this constant thing in the background for me that I would always be like, I'll get to Knights of Azure 2 eventually. So to actually do the video, and have a scripted video, and have it all be covered in one and done, like, it's like the weight's been lifted. It's like that's just sitting there at the back's no longer there, and I'm so happy because it's like, yes, I finally am away from it. I gotta be wearing my days because this place will burn it up like nobody's business. Like, it's so nice to have that behind me. I genuinely really enjoyed that game, but it was just always a I'll get back to it eventually. And I stand by the fact that in the review that I would really like a third game, because I can see everything that it's trying to be, it just needs another round. That's my biggest thing. Like, I can see everything it's trying to be, but I think if they did another round of it, and, you know, gave it a healthier release window, because holy shit, Knights of Azure 1 released right next to the start of the Mysterious era. It launched right next to Sophie 1. And so, of course, start of a new era, that was probably drawing more attention from Gust fans anyway. And then when did Knights of Azure 2 release? Oh, you know, the same year as both Blue Reflection 1 and Lydian Suli. So it got completely buried by that as well. It's like, it needs to just release spaced out on its own. Or at least have, like, 6 months. Sort of like, you know, what Blue Reflection 2 to Sophie 2 had, where it's like a good 5 or 6 months between them at least. You know? But then, speaking of Gust, I have no idea what we'll actually get next. Like, I know, like, the next Atelier project, A25, but we've got so much Atelier this year, and so much work on them, that I honestly... Any other company, I'd say there's no way they're going to have something new to announce this year, but this is Gust, and they probably will. So it's just a matter of what. With it being A25, it could be anniversary title, it could be start of a new saga, but we'll honestly see on that front. It could be a return to a previous one. Like, I know people have been clamoring for Dusk 4 for forever. Do I have a... Will this break it? That's fine, I'll waste one and find out. Yes! Awesome. But, like, Knights of Azure would be great. Blue Reflection 3 would be super, like, dope, but... Also, is that 4 exits? Oh, God. Would be super dope, but I'm not gonna... expect that. As much as I'd love it, I think it'd be too soon. I think their priorities will be on other things for just a minute. I'm going back here because I want to go the other way. I want to try and find a dead end so it'll be easier to explore outward and the other way later. But I'd be more curious if they did do a Knights of Azure 3, if they'd make another time skip of following another new protagonist, which is probably the most likely, or whether we play as Arnis again and maybe go that way. Because I wouldn't mind that either, because Arnis is technically immortal without being demon. But if they decide to go... Sorry, excuse me. If they decide to go all in on the Metroidvania stuff like I want them to, Arnis being a demon genuinely would just open the doors to let them kind of go crazy. Instead of it having to be like, you know, they'll probably still keep the demon sidekicks and demons familiars, like they have in the first two, but they could make it so, like Arnis gets wings. You know, Arnis gets the ability to fly, like throughout the game, then you can access other areas, if they actually do go the direction I hope they do. Or like she gets demonic speed so she can like boost under certain traps or whatever. Or she gets like a slide so she can go onto like very tiny gaps here there. Like literally when I what I'm thinking is just what Reboot Castlevania did in terms of how to handle its Metroidvania. Because I don't think like going completely all in on Classicvania style for it. I'd love for them to do it, but I think that's unreasonable if you've never ventured into it before. Like, there's a lot you have to understand and figure out when making a Metroidvania, making it work properly, that requires a shit ton of dedication that I don't know if Gus just had the experience to do. But doing something more in line with the reboot, where it's sort of like pseudo-non-linear, but it is all connected. I'm thinking more Lord of Shadows 2 when I say this, but just, you know, better than that game. Where it's all pseudo-connected, but you get power-ups that allow you to access more as you go on, sort of thing. I think that would genuinely be a treat. Like getting wings, getting like long jumps or something. Getting like super strength to break down certain walls, even though that's kind of more basic, but you know what I mean. And bring back the weapon variety as well, but actually like try and like keep the the weapon attack depth that the second game, sorry, had, but have the weapon variety of the first. I like the fact that the first had 5 weapons, like that you could just swap between, and even though you technically have 7 in the second game through the demons, because you have to, you know, sacrifice a slot, you can only ever really have 3 on you, and that gives up any form of progression if you do have it. Which is why in the review I almost always had the 4 journey demons. The one that allows you to burn vines, the one that allows you to disable electric generators, the one that breaks down ice walls, and the one that lets you, the one that lifts you up to high places. I always had any 2 of those 4. But speaking of the servants, honestly, I wouldn't mind them taking a backseat again, or more of a backseat in the third game. Like, I get what they are going for with it, but I honestly think that leaning more into what Arnis could do would be the better, or whatever protagonist they decide to have with it would be better. Especially if they do go down the Metroidvania route, I want them to. Equally, however, Gus could just keep the ball rolling, and after the Marie remake comes out, announce the rest of the Salberg games being remade. Well, it's a dead end, perfect. Oh, jeez. What's this teddy bear doing here? Huh? It's a teddy bear. It looks brand new. I wonder if someone dropped it. Should I take it back to town with me? Some ghost's gonna be like, how dare you? I recognize that voice. Is that? That's not Pamela, is it? Huh? What was that? I didn't see anything. Maybe I should I'm just hearing things. I better get going. Is that my wife? I recognize those mumbles anywhere. Ooh, nice. Oh wow, those ghosts are fucking terrifying. Look at these guys. Hey, I got you. Oh, so it's an alternate variant of the ghosts. Okay, these. Oh, they're called Fear. Or is this Metal Gear Solid 3? Speaking of, that's something else that might get announced at the showcase. A Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. That one's been making the rounds a lot. I would Metal Gear Solid 3 is my favourite Metal Gear Solid by a country mile. But I would honestly rather MGS1 get remade first. I think MGS1 being remade could be, like, legendary. I'm not a big fan of this seeming idea that Konami just wants to remake their best games in the series and not the whole, and not like the series. But they want the success of Resident Evil 2 remake and more recently RE4 remake without putting in the effort. It feels like, and that's what I'm worried about. Like, they should have remade, I've been saying this since, they should have remade Silent Hill 1, not 2. 2 might be more popular, but they should have remade 1 first to get a feel for everything. But they didn't. They went straight, because they want that success, they went straight for that, and like, ugh. So with Metal Gear Solid, I'm like, no, please remake MGS1. I know technically MGS1 got a remake, and this is the same guy that said, you know, RE1 doesn't need a remake, but the difference is, the Metal Gear Solid 1 remake was more like a parody reimagining that really hyper-exaggerated everything, and is still locked to the GameCube, whilst the Resident Evil remake was a faithful reimagining of the original source material with extra content that's available on everything. That's the reason why one remake I feel like should happen and one shouldn't. RE1 remake doesn't need another remake. Metal Gear Solid 1 could absolutely do with another round. I'm gonna return home. I think we've done enough here for now. And we're getting lowish on days. There weren't any ghosts. Not that I wanted to see one. Being scared made me more tired than usual. I better go to bed. Oh, the teddy bear. Oh well, I'll take care of it tomorrow. I think Pamela's going to be the teddy bear. We've got to come back and Pam's going to be there. Well, I should try using the ingredients that I gathered yesterday. Good morning. Huh? Is Master up already? I haven't even made breakfast yet. No, that wasn't Master. Who was that then? Oh, it is! Huh? Where am I? Oh, a person. Hi there. Do you know where I am? Or what in the world I'm doing here? Ah, ghost! Ah, how rude. It's not nice to scream in someone's face. No, get away! Please don't eat me! Well, didn't think you'd bring a ghost back with you. You're always exceeding my expectations. Master, help! I'm gonna get eaten! That's not going to happen. I made up that story. I don't care, just help me! Wait, you made it all up? Mm-hmm. It was just a little touch to scare you even more, and it worked like a charm. Please, I don't eat people. I apologize. I mean to insult you, beautiful young ghost lady. Oh, please, I'm not that beautiful. What are you doing? Making small talk with her. She's a ghost. A ghost. I don't get to talk to ghosts very often. I can't pass up this opportunity to actively engage her in conversation. Where are my manners? Here, have a seat. Rorona, can you prepare some tea for us? Don't mind me. I can sit or drink tea. I can't sit or drink tea. I'm a ghost. What is going on? It's nice to see you again, Pam. So basically, you don't remember anything from when you were alive, Miss Pamela? Oh, just call me Pamela. Unfortunate. Ghost girl, Pamela Ibis. Nice to see you again. She looks like a normal girl. Okay then, what are you thinking of doing from now on, Pamela? I haven't really thought about it. I didn't really choose to come here. She's not that scary, even though she's a ghost. Wow, she doesn't even have feet. She doesn't have feet either. Looks like a real ghost. Then why don't you stay here until you decide what to do? Are you sure? Thanks. That'll help me a lot. Her hair is so fluffy. She's pretty cute too, huh? What? Here? No, absolutely not. Do you want to kick this poor, beautiful girl out onto the street? If so, then why did you bring her in the first place? It's not like I knew, plus she's a ghost. And also, it's really weird for you to be so nice. Excuse me? So are you saying that what I really want is to watch you be afraid of a ghost? See, I knew it. You're Rorona, right? It's nice to meet you. Stay away from me. Excellent. This will keep things interesting for a while. Is she actually just here? Trevion Locke, the ghost and the teddy bear.
Master.
I have completed the synthesis, Master. Thank you. Can you help me in this one next? Yes, Master. Hum Hum? Yes, Master. Do you have to call me Master? It's kind of weird to me. Then what should I call you? What about my name? Understood. I will call you by your name, Rowelina. Maybe not Rowelina. Then may I call you Madam Rowelina? Oh no, it's even weirder. What should I do? I can't be really good. Oh, I know. Oh wait, this is kind of like something Master would say, but... Hum Hum, do you mind... Will you try calling me Big Sister Rorona? Yes, Big Sister Rorona. Ooh, now I understand why Master likes being called Big Sister. Oh, and also, you don't have to be so uptight with me. Just relax and be friendly. Friendly. Okay, gotcha. Good! And also... That's not fair, Rorona. Yeah, it's like you can't do all this with Hum Hum and then not let me do it with you. When did you... Were you listening the whole time? You won't call me Big Sister, but you're making Hom do that for you? No, it's a mistake. I was just curious, you know, just trying it out. Hom, don't ever call her Big Sister again. And no more friends being friendly either, understand? Yes, Grandmaster. That's ridiculous, and it's not fair. Shut up, I don't want to hear it. Hey, wait, Master! Master and Grandmaster are so close with each other. I need to learn about that too. She just got pranked. She just pranked herself. Oh, so you are just here, Pam. I'm so bored. Is anything interesting going on? We just have Pam in our house now, huh? So in other news, our Let's Play finishes here. We're just not leaving. Okay. Puny kin within 3 turns in the forest. We don't have much slow. Beat up a bunch of peons. We got to do it by middle of April. Oh, all of them are kind of like middle of April. Is April, nearly said. You know, yeah, I'll pick this up. 40%, we're halfway there. To 58, yeah, nowhere near close. I wanted to see if I could try and make something close to 80-ish, but the first item we picked up being like 20 quality did not help. La la la, it's looking good. Now I just have to use the flask to... What is this, a thumbtack? Where's it inside my flask? Wow, you're really trying, huh? She looks confused. Excellent. It's just the beginning, Rorona. I'm going to make you suffer. This old man's really determined to ruin a fucking 15-year-old's life. Jesus Christ, dude. Like, specifically a 15-year-old's life. Come on. Thanks, Hom. Great as always. I'm guessing the parents aren't in for more treats. Yep. So that's 80. I think that's going to be our biggest curse all playthrough long, honestly, is quality. We seem to be struggling with getting quality items. Oh, we should see if we can make dry metal, nutty ring, or runestone. I don't think we can make any of them, but we might as well check. Oh, we can make our 65%. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save scum that. I'm absolutely going to save scum that before we try and make it. Nice! Didn't need to save scum. So I never figured this out, but whose teddy bear is this? Has it always been yours? But this is about you. Oh, you don't remember much, huh? But you have to be near this teddy bear at all times, right? No, I'm just comfortable with it around. But I can't possess anything I want to. Hey, one man. Like a person. Yeah, my wife showed up. You just missed her. I like objects better than people. I don't like sharing with another conscience. Another conscience? Oh no! Don't even think about it. I'm getting scared. Oh, that looks perfect. You mean Hom Hom? Yes, master. Nothing! But you should stay away right now. Excuse me now. Huh? Hom Hom! It's not working. Confirmed invasion by a foreign object. My body is... Pamela, stop, you're gonna break Hum Hum. I wish I could, but something's stuck. This is going to be extremely dangerous. I must self-destruct as a last resort. Wow! No, I don't know you can self-destruct. It was Grandmaster's preference. There, I'm out! I have regained bodily control. I'm shutting down self-destruct now. I won't be sharing my snaps to my Twitter anymore. That's not just a PlayStation thing. One man. A lot of companies that previously had Twitter affiliations are disconnecting because of how much Musk is fucking Twitter. That's not just a PlayStation thing. Xbox already hopped off. Nintendo disconnected. Sony, I think, are in the process of disconnecting. There's so many bridges that have been burnt because of how Twitter's been handled right now that most companies are disconnecting from it. If you want to upload something to Twitter, you got to do it the old-fashioned way. You got to screenshot it or and upload it to your phone on the app, and then through your phone save the image and then upload it. I wish I could be like, yeah, man, it really sucks that PlayStation's not doing that, but I know it's a lot bigger than that. It's a lot of companies don't have any trust in... It's because it's the security. Because of how much everything's been wrecked with Twitter, there's no real security protection. So a lot of companies that previously didn't mind that kind of connection from their platform to it, don't want to take that risk anymore, so have disconnected from it. So it's not just Musk, but it's... I'm just saying that's just kind of how it's going right now. Much as I want to pin it all on that billionaire idiot, it's not. There's a lot more going on, but he absolutely did not fucking help. He's made Twitter such an unsafe place for connectivity and security that no company wants to be a part of it. Just because he sacked 90% of the staff and then learnt the hard way that it wasn't leftist propaganda that the way Twitter was ran the way it was. It was fucking security protocols was the reason why it was done the way it was. It's also damaging to those who get value from it. Yeah, absolutely. The slow but steady death of Twitter has been more damaging to artists or talents just trying to get their name out there than anyone else, and it's a real shame. Mr. I'm gonna solve all the bots, and now Twitter's the most bot-filled place I've ever seen on the internet. Ugh. But that will just start me off on a whole thing. I find it kind of tragic what happened to Twitter over the span of the past year or so. And I wish something else, like, would take off properly as a worthy replacement just to get on. Hive was getting there, but they rightfully closed down for maintenance for about 2 to 3 weeks to like make sure everything was properly safe and keeping me going and all this other stuff. But that 3 weeks of maintenance completely killed the ball that was rolling. It completely put a wedge in it, so it stopped it growing at the speed it was. So that was like my big one. New CEO, that things will get better. Yeah, CEO he cherry-picked, so I wouldn't have that much hope. I just heard the doorbell, give me 1 second. Alright, sorry, I'm back. I didn't mean to be gone so long. The 2 parcels that arrived, I quickly realised were some of my birthday presents that arrived late, so I was like, well, I need to kind of open them and actually, you know, say thank you and everything, so I ended up being gone a little longer. It's a Funko Pop of Ash from Evil Dead, and a gargantuan sticker set, and I mean gargantuan. I wish I had my face cam set up so I could show you. Sticker set of, like, Genshin stuff. Which, speaking of, we will be streaming 3.7 come Wednesday, so that was something to look forward to that one. That will be, like the last real filler update, like, between now and 4.0. Because 3.8 is going to be the summer seasonal event, which is also kind of filler, but it's usually much larger scale. And then after that, we'll be breaking into September around 4.0. Right, now I can catch my breath, because I just kind of marched back upstairs, like, I'm leaving you waiting for so long. Good. Are you okay? Does it feel weird anywhere? I feel wrong everywhere. I must rest to restore. I feel wrong everywhere. That's me when I wake up at like 3 AM. Speaking of which, I saw an article of... you're just sleeping, right? That was scary. Seriously, stop making me get so worried. It was all because of you. I am sorry. I'll restrain myself from possessing anyone else for a while. For a while? Don't ever do it again. It won't. It won't. People keep on doing that. When Genshin came out, people did an article saying why Genshin will kill Honkai Impact Third, and it didn't. It won't. They will exist subsequently. What will happen is that once like the honeymoon period of Star Rail comes out, you'll just have people who are more committed to articles. Yeah, I know, but I've seen those kind of things before when it was Genshin and Honkai Impact Third, which is why I'm like, I know it won't. What will happen is just after the honeymoon period comes, people will settle into their camps. That's all that will happen. Honkai's been out for nearly 6 weeks. Star Rail's been out for like nearly 6 weeks. Genshin just saw the biggest profit it's ever made in a single banner. It literally just broke its own records again. If that was any threat of that happening, that wouldn't have happened. No, Honkai got like I think it like broke 50 million downloads in a week, which is also amazing because it's a turn-based RPG, and a turn-based RPG doing astronomically well. Yes, please, people pay attention to this shit. Yeah. I'm just hoping we hear about its console release sooner rather than later. Because we know it's coming, it's just I want a date. Which is something I'm hoping will show up in the PlayStation Showcase, since, you know, it's going to be on PlayStation 4 and 5. It makes sense to show up there, before it gets too far ahead. And I also hope when it does come up, we get a Seely rerun, because I think Seely is a phenomenally cool-looking character, and when her special ability just sounds, like, not overpowered, because obviously it's balanced for the sake of the game, but fun. If she kills an enemy, she gets another turn. So your whole point is like trying to buff her, one-shot an enemy, and then you just chain react it. Because you just get another turn, kill the next enemy. You get another turn, you kill the next enemy. You get another turn, you kill the next enemy. You just chain react that shit, and I'm like, yes, I want her in the party. I want her. And I also like that, and I'm not sure if this is just a Honkai thing, or whether it's just Hoyo, you know, being less involved with China. But, like, Star Rail is, like, super loud about its Yuri content. Like, it's not subtle or like a little bit of bait or like just pretends it doesn't exist. Like I already mentioned that if you play as Stell, the female protag, instead of, I forget what the male Astral, I think his name is, the male protag, March is like your buddy companion, the Paimon of the game, is a lot more flirtatious and just kind of soft around you. Like, she pays attention to you more, she tries to mimic you more, like she has a crush on you because she's canonically gay, which I just think is kind of cute. The other one, though, and the one that I saw a lot of fan art of first, and then when I looked into it, realized how much it goes. Seely is this, like, 22-year-old, like, seasoned warrior, who's, like, even though she's only 22, she's been fighting for forever. It's why her system is this whole, if you kill an enemy, you get an extra. There's another woman in the game who's also quite proficient and around the same age, around Bronya. These two Fucking hell, these two literally flirt with each other constantly in any scene they share. Like, they're both kind of cold and deadpan and kind of merciless. The moment it's around each other, like, they're really, really kind of cutesy and sweet around each other. And it's like, I'm now times I've seen people say, like, oh, the thing with March and Stell is kind of subtle and like hard to notice. Maybe that's not the route they're going for. Meanwhile, then they'll also say, yeah, but Celia and Bronya, on the other hand, no, there's something going on between those two. And it's like the amount of people that purposely put Celia and Bronya on a team together, not because they, like, you know, because of good team composition or whatever, but because those two are absolutely, like, into each other. It's just like, okay, yeah, okay, cool. The only thing is that with it being structured the same way as Genshin, in terms of, you know, getting new content each update, you know, constantly play it a little bit each day and yada yada. It's one thing doing that for like an open world game. It's a whole nother thing doing that for a turn-based RPG. And it's like, I hope it has that longevity that Genshin's like held with an iron fist for the past 2.5 years with it. Because imagine a turn-based RPG with like that just keeps going, but you know, it keeps going well. That would be amazing. It'd also be really hard to like to get away from it. It'd be really hard to play something else. I mean, I'm gonna go try to do that and go deal with the peons at some point. Oh, I didn't actually check if the new Nardi ring I made is better or not. Not really. Resurgence. Yeah, I know you hate IRPGs. I love them if they're done right. It's just, not all of them are done right. But it would be nice to see more turn-based. It really would. It would be nice to see more turn-based in the industry again. I do find it funny when people say, oh, I wish Square would start caring about turn-based RPGs again. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's just Final Fantasy is the only one that doesn't do turn-based. They've literally released a turn-based RPG every single year since 2018. What are you talking about? What in there too, so it's just different preference, and I get it for that. I just wish people respected that they still have a place. Like, not everyone loves stealth games. I hate the fact that there's no fucking natural stealth games on the market anymore, though. You know? People like not everyone loves stealth games, but Jesus Christ, it doesn't mean that it should just not be a thing anymore. Because it is everything that's stealth-based is just a stealth mechanic in an already existing game, and I hate that. It's like, no, give me a traditional stealth game. Give me a Metal Gear. Give me a Splinter Cell. It's why I'm waiting on on bated breath for this Splinter Cell remake, because it's like, please be good. Please, for the love of God, be good. You know? I don't trust Ubisoft at all, but please, just this once, nail it. Please, I'm begging you. There's rationalization. Yeah, but it's like, I had a friend that used to get really annoyed that, someone he worked with, was really into anime, but would never watch Cowboy Bebop because she thought it looked too old. She didn't like the art style, she thought it looked too old, and it really irked him. And it's like, yeah, there are people like that, unfortunately, where it doesn't matter what you do, what you say, they just decide for themselves that it's not for them, and they won't give it a chance. And yeah, that annoys me too, because I always try and give everything a chance. It's how I've discovered some of my all-time favourite games, by taking something on a whim. This was years ago, so I don't know anymore about how things have changed, but this was years ago. This was back when we was like 18, when we first just started getting a job, like me and his friend. And he said, yeah, there's one friend at work that just really annoyed him because he was trying to get them into Cowboy Bebop, and that colleague just refused because she said it looked too old. And I was like, it's Cowboy fucking Bebop. He's like, I know! But you get the point. It's like, unfortunately, you're always going to get those people. You just gotta... But equally, you gotta look at the plus side of, if people were that against turn-based RPGs, Star Rail wouldn't have done astronomically well like it has been doing. Well, the reason is stupid. You know? Like, it's easy to for people who, because usually the ones that say they don't like something tend to be the loudest, you know? The ones that always want to really make it known that they don't like something instead of just caring about their business. But if a turn-based RPG can do like 50 million downloads in its opening week, and I think I think they celebrated it doing 100 million downloads. And keep in mind, it's not even on console yet; it's only on phone and PC. Like, I think like there's still an audience for it. There's still people that love those kind of games, you know. So they don't like the aesthetic or it's forcing bases on some age yet. But that's why I didn't mean to make that like the thing of the conversation. I'm just saying you're always going to get people who have, like, basically just have their own kind of obscure reasons for not liking something without even trying something. You're always going to get those people, and unfortunately you just got to draw a line in the sand with a lot of it and just be like, alright, whatever. It's just, it is what it is sometimes. Easy suspense, please. Oh, is that? Oh, okay, I don't know why I thought for a second that some random peon's armor would be even remotely close to being better than the armor set I handmade, but... Jack. I mean, no, that's what I was saying, you don't think about it. It's literally, like, you're kind of agreeing with my point, sort of thing. It's like you just kind of carry on. It's just, the people who aren't interested in giving something a shot, you just go, yeah, alright. And if they want, and it's just unfortunate that the people who are the most negative tend to be the loudest. But then you have to remind yourself that even though they're the loudest, they don't resemble everyone. In fact, they usually resemble a quite small minority. It's just they're loud, so you think they're more. So the people that are shouting about how like turn-based RPGs, like, don't overplay, or they're too slow and whatnot, I guarantee you that's far from everyone. Because if Honkai can do 100 million downloads in a month, it's clear who the minority is here, you know? To appeal to those people. That's not really the case. Action RPGs, most of the time, they aren't made to appeal people who don't like turns. They're made because the developers themselves wanted to do something different. Because if they were making it just because they felt that they wanted to please a different audience, it would feel more soulless, and you'd be able to tell. And I can't think of one action RPG that I've played in recent years that feels that way. Because the ones that do, you probably don't even realize because they pass you by. But at least that's my take, and how I feel about it. Tamsoft Nep game. The thing with Tamsoft Neft is that they're not soulless, they're just bad. That's the difference. Is like, you know, it's still something they decided they wanted to do. It's just the execution is not good. That's different. It's not that they were, you know, they felt that they had to do it to please a set audience. It's they wanted to do it that way. It's just they could be done better. Oh, let me turn in this quest before I forget. Yeah, I know. Like you know my stance on it. I am perfectly fine with action RPGs, and you know I do find your stance on it almost too aggressive at times. But I get it's just how you feel about it, so it's just whatever. Most of the ones I've played, I've really enjoyed. It doesn't mean that, you know, they can't do better, or sometimes I'd rather it be a different way. But more often than not, they're pretty good. For those vocal minorities? Subvert expectations or fan expectations for those vocal minorities? Well, if you do that, then if you only do it to please a minority, the game probably won't sell as well. That's the problem. It's why things... You either take these risks and just go for a different direction and hope that the loss of audience from losing a sort of small piece is paid off by a better new game. Good example, the Riser trilogy. They took the risk by dropping it being full turn-based, but paid off by them being now the best-selling Atelier games in the franchise. The new audience they brought in is more than made up for the small loss. Or any fucking fighting game ever, actually. Every new fighting game always deliberately loses a chunk of its audience to gain a bigger new one. But if you then flip it the other way and focus on a smaller group and nicheify it, you end up just losing money. Because more people will feel like they're not a part of it. But if it... I guess I should word it. It's not that the ARPG fans are the minority. And it's not that like turn-based RPG fans are the minority. Because I don't want to say JRPG, because it's Japanese RPGs aren't just turn-based. They're just RPGs made in Japan. It's gonna be... Yeah, true. It's just, turn-based and action both have strong audiences. It's not that one's the minority or one's the majority. It's that they're both strong. And so if a developer's like, hey, I want to do this thing different, or the dev team feel like they want to do something different, then sure, you know? That's my stance. I'm always going to be on the side of developers just taking the risk and doing something different. Because if it doesn't pay off, I've got the older games to fall back on. As long as they're still available. When it's like... It's why I get annoyed when remakes don't have any accessibility to the original source material. Because if you can't play the original and then the remake's kind of botched, then you're fucked. That's enough of my statement. Minority, but NEP ARPG fans are the minority in that demographic. I don't know enough about the NEP... I don't pay enough attention to the NEP fandom with that sort of thing to know if... Like, how big of a group that is into each side. So I'll take your word for it for now, just because I don't have anything to kind of back it up on. I don't know. But the thing is that SVS in the West sold alright, but in Japan sold miserably. And that could just be, as far as I'm aware, I haven't looked at the sale comparison for other NEP games, especially because, you know, it's been so long since a mainline game. I don't know if that is representative of what I've been talking about, where, you know, losing a chunk to gain a newer one. Yeah, V2 is still the most popular game by far, sure, I know that. I'm saying SVS's sales. It sold worse. It sold worse than expected, because I remember them talking about how, like, it didn't even sell as many units as the PS5 port of NEP 1. Like, it sold worse than that in Japan. Like, it sold miserably. But it sold pretty damn well in the West. Like, to more than make up for it. We're in a losing game. Well, it sold really well in the West, so clearly that doesn't stick. What you're saying. Obviously, as I haven't played the game myself, so who fucking knows? I'll get to it. I don't want to get to it this year, because I can't stress enough. It's not even a matter of I want to play it to enjoy it. I want to play it so I can have my own stake in this conversation. You know? I want to be able to know what I'm saying. I want to be able to have this conversation. Like, V2 is the most popular game as a whole, and it's the one that's still turn-based, and I entirely get that. I'm saying that SVS, even though it did something very different, still sold pretty damn well. And better than most of the spin-offs as a whole, but only in the West. In Japan, it still sold poorly. I'm assuming you say, I probably am. After what follows. Well, would you mean, like, as in comparison? Do you mean? Like, what V2 was successful with and how well that did in comparison to SVS's sales and whatnot. You take Super NEP RPG and go up to the time frame to SVS. The game sold incredibly poor. Yeah, well, to be fair, yeah, like, it feels like it's been, in terms of sales, a huge example of diminishing returns. As each spin-off goes by. And I also think, you know, people are just fed up. After, you know, CyberNEP and RPG and the Ninja game and yet another version of NEP 1 that people thought was going to be NEP 5 because, you know, they put a fucking 5 on the title of its announcement at first. Imagine winning the ground to put yourself all 10k in debt. Shit. Yeah, I know the only thing that kind of, I guess, kept Idea Factory afloat with these net releases, even the, like under the eyes of Compile Heart, I think it wasn't the NEP stuff. I think the NEP, like the little NEP spin-offs, like probably got them a smidge ahead above water, but it very much came across, at least to me, that a lot of what like kept them afloat was them helping out with other projects. Okay, yeah. Oh no, yeah, the mobile game I know did insanely well. Because it's a mobile game, what do you fucking expect? But I also know it's like although they weren't the lead developer, they helped out in both Death End games. They basically did like half the legwork of Dragon Star. They helped out with Mary Skelter. You know, all these games that they weren't the lead developing team on, but they helped out with. Cash cow. Yeah, they have yet to release on something outside of Apple products. Fucking please. Alright, the only thing we haven't done is the bomb quality, which is fine. I'm gonna save again just in case I somehow missed something and fucked up. Okay, we should be good. But yeah, it's why I'm so curious about Game Maker Revolution, their new one, because they've been told very bluntly if it doesn't do well, they're going to be told to move on. Profitability. I don't. It's something that's keeping the company afloat. And if it does, and like you'd like to think, a key word, like to think, because sometimes this doesn't happen, that if it's making more money, it's more money that can then be budgeted in the other stuff. Obviously, it doesn't work that way because Compile Heart are the one that makes the decisions on what gets budgeted where. And it's been very clear for a while now that Compile Heart are more just letting NEP churn out a thing and not actually have quality assessment. And that's not even me trying to be like cruel on it or say like they're bad or anything. Like I know people like Super NEP RPG and whatnot, and I even defend some attributes of Ninja Wars. It's just, as a whole, it's just been, the next NEP thing of the year, you know? It's not got that magic to it. So it's like they are making a profit in with that. It's just that profit isn't getting used. Because Compile Heart are probably like just stashing it and putting it somewhere into other things or spreading it out instead of putting it back into NEP, which is what it should do. Because if we got a decent budget NEP game, I think you'd notice. Because it feels like the NEP games, and this isn't meant me to be like, they're on last gen, but it feels like the NEP franchise has been stuck in the PS3 generation for most of its life. The only time they broke out was like V2, and even then it didn't stay there. Because they just haven't had the budget. They haven't had the money, they haven't had the staff, and they haven't had the time to be anything more. So it's just felt like something stuck in yesterday's world for for years now. Yeah, it was what was actually interesting with Ninja Wars as well that I only learned recently is that the original game for Ninja Wars was going to be very different from what we got. It was originally going to be a Neptune and gang adventure. Like, it wasn't going to have any Senran Wars crossover, but the original idea and the original product was essentially completely scrapped and thrown entirely out the window and started from the very beginning once Senran and Kagura was involved in it, which I just thought was kind of interesting, which is also why that game was announced like 4 years before it came out, because they were they were developing it as the NEP thing, and then it got completely scrapped and reset. And the evidence of it is that there is still leftover concept designs of Netgear, Uni, and ROM and RAM being fully playable, and they're just not in the final product. PS3 Gen Life Service Bill. Yeah, you can keep the focus of it, but there's a lot of things that could be updated to modern, is the thing with NEP. But it doesn't feel like a PS3 charm. It feels like it's just built on old tech, was more the point I was getting on. It feels like the games are just not... It's not a matter of keeping up with the times or keeping up with the competition. It's about just standing out, and it feels like they've been stuck in that same position for like a decade. That's like my thing, is that it feels like it's just been stuck in that point. Like it hasn't like wobbled, it hasn't moved. Yeah, and as I've said before, and this is once again, always take it as a grain of salt what I'm going to say here, but you already know what I'm going to say until I play it. It was a first effort on something different, and so I didn't expect it to nail, and I don't expect it to nail everything. Obviously, once I play it myself, I'll have more of a conclusive answer for you of how I feel about it and what I think it does well or poorly. But until then, it's their first attempt at something new, so I don't expect them to nail it. I'm more interested to see what Game Maker Revolution will be like, considering it's a follow-up, but is trying to take in all the feedback and grow, while also, you know, actually having more money on it, which is such a crazy thing to say out loud, but, you know, a NEP game with a decent budget, that sounds wild. Like, yes, please. It's why there's footage of a big NEP on a motorbike in the new game. It's like, 'cause they actually have the money to make a motorbike system and mechanics for it. The middle product between them. Honestly, I think... And this is entirely... I have nothing to back this up on, so just don't take this as me saying I know something behind the scenes or anything. I think if they ever made a V3, it probably would. And that's probably why SVS and Game Maker Revolution aren't called V3. I think it's very much testing the waters and trying different things and seeing what sticks and seeing what doesn't, learning from it, applying to the next one now with Game Maker Revolution, doing the same process, and then once they've nailed it, see where they go from there. But it's also why, like, neither SVS or Game Maker Revolution are being treated as mainline entries, it seems like, despite the fact their focus and effort would imply maybe they were. Like, I remember, myself included, when SVS was first announced, everything about it felt like it was, like, the next step generation. You know? Like, it felt like it was the next step. It felt like it might have been the main line. Obviously, that wasn't the case. It ended up being a spin-off, but still, it felt like that could be the direction they're going. Foundation first. Yeah, and that's, at least from what I can tell, once again, find out when I play it, that's what feels like SVS is. It is trying about setting this new foundation. It might make mistakes along the way, and I'm sure it has when I eventually play it myself. But then it's then building on those foundations in new and exciting ways into Game Maker Revolution. And if Game Maker Revolution ends up being that secret sauce that they needed immensely, well, that's, I will see when I play it. Because I've yet to hear any real bad things about SVS personally outside of you, if I'm being honest. And that's not you being me just saying, oh, you're being contrarian again. You're a reviewer of your own opinion, of course. But most people, even if, like, a lot of people tell me, like, well, from what I've spoken to, tell me, yeah, the game has problems. But a lot of people see it as a good but wobbly step forward. I think that's the most common consensus I see, where it's like they like what it's trying to do, but it doesn't nail everything it's trying to do, but it's a step. It's better than fucking, you know, more Ninja Wars or Cybernet. I know more people fucking hate Ninja Wars, but I, for one, just couldn't stand Cybernet. That was my one, I just didn't stick with. The details, and I'm detail-orientated. Yeah, and... I don't know, man. I'm trying to think how to word this, because it's not like... It's not a matter of... I don't know. Let me think. I'm trying, like, I know what I want to say in my head. I'm just trying to think how to actually say it, because in my head, like, in my head it makes sense, but I know if I say it out loud it won't make any fucking sense. This is why I'm trying to think how I'm trying to put this. Step forward by step in quicksand. Tch. No, I've yet to see anyone be that harsh on it, outside of you. Most people do say, like, it's a wobbly step forward, where it's like it's in the right direction and it's doing the right thing. It's just, let's see where it goes, but people do seem more optimistic, and considering, like, everyone seems super, like, negative and hateful on the last three, if we're being honest, NEP releases, because I didn't see anyone like Virtual Stars. People didn't like NEP Wars. That one seems like the most, like, severely hated NEP game in the series now. And people were really not keen on Reverse, the PS5 version of NEP 1. Which is a shame, because it led to everyone ignoring the new track remixes, and, like, that was, like, the only good thing about the PS5 port, that they did new track remixes, and they were actually pretty damn good. I really liked the remixed soundtrack in that game. It was genuinely like, it was the only thing I really kind of liked about it, but I still liked it. You know, and I felt like everyone just overlooked it because no one wanted to pay that game any mind. And I was like, man, it's not the composer's fault that this shit happened. Come on. I like V-Stars. Yeah. Let's just go away. But I want to play Producing Perfect at some point, just because I'm just curious about it, you know? Rebirth as well. Yeah. And I liked the fishing minigame to an extent. I felt it was overly punishing if you fucked up. But I would like them to bring that back again at some point. What I mean is, in NEP 1, in the NEP 1 PS5 version, they added this fishing minigame where you could, well, literally fish. And a lot of the fishes were references to other properties and whatnot, which is like, yeah, that's cool. It makes sense in NEP world. It's a fun way of doing it. The minigame used the haptic feedback on the PS5 controller, so like you could feel the pressure on the trigger when you were like spinning the line, or when the fish was pulling harder or less hard, so you could kind of like adjust your grip on the line so you didn't break your line. That was cool. It felt like it had a lot of attention to detail to make it work properly. If you let a fish go though, a random boss is spawned. Just off the rip. If you just fail once, a boss just spawns on you. And it's like, it's a randomly selected boss from like a collection of like mini bosses or chapter end bosses throughout the game. You go to the very first like fishing pond, don't fuck up once, because you'll be like level 6 and a level 25 mini boss from like chapter 3 will show up. You know? Like, the fishing mini game was great, but it's like your punishment for failure is so stupidly severe, and it was the one like bad egg for it. But I genuinely enjoyed it, and it was like the only thing, like, because NEP 1's Platinum, the PS5 version's Platinum, is a lot easier than the original outside the money grind. But one of them is catch 50 fish, and one of them was catch one of every fish. And I was like, I had every intention of getting it. I had every intention of trying it. Every intention of giving it another go, and then, oh shit, I sold NEP 1. And then I sold it because I needed money. Once I was done with NEP 1 reverse, if you're lucky enough to beat that, those 25 boss. Yeah, I mean, I managed to survive it once, because I got lucky that it wasn't that far when I failed it, but all it did was make me be super, like, proactively cautious about how I handle my fishing, which, to be fair, I suppose is what they wanted. They wanted you to pay attention. Make the difficulty the actual storage, yeah. Oh, speaking of difficulty, there wasn't many reviews on it, so I don't know how much it is for certain. It's just how it came across for me. It feels like they did make an effort, because obviously in the PS5 version, I don't know if you know this, they unified NEP 1 with the rest of the series by making it that you could have 4 party members on the field instead of 3, like the original and Rebirth 1. Whilst doing that, they obviously had to rebalance a few things, because if you go into some fights that expect 3 party members of 4, it would be way easier. The rebalancing, for the most part, was fine. Like, I could tell it was a little tougher, but because I had an extra party member slot, it was fine. But not always. I don't know if I'm the only one that always had trouble with this boss, but you know in, like, I think it's the penultimate chapter, where, like, there's a clone version, like a fake version of all of, like, the goddess forms. Like, you have to go hunt down a fake purple heart, a fake black heart, a fake white heart, etc. And, they're all, like, the party splits up. Well, actually, V3, Rebirth 3 has 4 party members, and V2R has 4 party members. They absolutely unified it into being 4 party members. I can't speak for the original Victory, and I can't speak for V2. But no, 4 party members is the norm of the main series now. They unified it into all the revisions. Whilst NEP 1 was the only one that still had 3. Anyway, point I was getting at. You know, like how like the party splits up in the OGs? No. With in like the penultimate chapter, you have to go fight fake purple heart, fake black heart, fake white heart, fake green heart, and all that. And the party splits up, and you have to like do them in your own order. You know how like fake purple heart was kind of real damn hard for like no reason in Rebirth 1? I can't speak for the original, but in Rebirth 1, she was like super fucking hard. Like she was a huge difficulty spike. Well, they rebalanced her in Rebirth for 4 party members, and by that they bumped up her stats and called it a day. That fight is genuinely the hardest fight in the game now. I went into it in the Let's Play, because I did a full Let's Play on it, and I still have it on the channel. I went into it somewhat over-leveled. I did all the other sides first, so I had a full party for it. I had super buffs on, like, stats and items and whatnot. I'd go into the fight, she'd fucking two-shot your entire party, and I was like, oh my god. Like, the PS5 version really cranked it in terms of rebalancing her, and I was like, oh my god, like, she was absurd. Like, I had everyone go into their goddess forms, do, like, a third of her health, get nuked, 3 of them die, get them resurrected, have to apply a shit ton of buffs whilst putting the last one that's a goddess right in the firing line deliberately to try and make Purple Heart only target them. That one would die around the same time the other 3 were good to go again. Build themselves up, get the last one alive, attack again, do a bit more damage, get rinsed, restart the process. That was the whole fight. It was just die, have someone be the wall to try and make it so they could get everyone else back up, rinse and repeat, and they carried on for ages. Like, Purple Heart demolished me in the PS5 version, and I was like, I remember her being kind of tough. I remember all of them being kind of tough in Rebirth 1. I was not ready for that amount of viciousness in Rebirth, in Reverse even. Go as the OG Sweetheart. Yeah, probably, but it really caught me by surprise. Like, it really threw me for a loop how hard it is. Don't get me wrong, it was still a super fun fight to learn and figure out, but like, holy shit, like, it was hard. But then I am that kind of sucker in turn-based RPGs. As long as it's not complete bullshit, I love it the harder it gets. You know, like, the more you make me think and the more you make me strategize, the more I'm into the fight. But I loved it, but fucking hell, it was absurdly hard. And it's like, I think, like, it would, like, the reason why I bring it up as a criticism, despite the fact I enjoyed it, is that it doesn't feel like it was deliberate. That was my thing, is that it didn't feel like it was deliberate. It felt like they just rebalanced it, and they just bumped everything up, and they just bumped up the fake Purple Heart fight specifically slightly too much. One, it's egregiously terrifying if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, I remember keep in mind when I played Rebirth 1, it was also my very, very first, exposure to NEP in general. When I played because my first NEP game was Rebirth 1. So I was still learning the systems and mechanics and how it worked anyway. I remember getting to that boss fight, I think it's, like, early chapter 2, when Noir, like, surprise attacks you, and it's like you've just fought a mini-boss, and suddenly you have to fight Blackheart. I remember getting stuck on that fight for ages. Like, that was super hard for me for a while, because I just didn't know what I was doing wrong, because I hadn't figured it out yet. And eventually I just power-leveled it. There's not one actually same. Like, I just power leveled it in the end. Like, I think I just, like, over leveled and then just, like, made it so I could survive. But I remember getting super fucking stuck. Rebirth 1 was also my first plat. Oh yeah, I haven't platinumed any of the Rebirth trilogy because all of them are kind of annoying for me. When I look at their trophy list, especially Rebirth 2. Rebirth 2 has so many endings, I just can't be bothered. It's the same reason why, like, I have no intention of platinuming this game. That we're, the game we're playing but not talking about. Because I know, like, it will just be so much effort. I just can't be bothered. Been a year since this whole thing started, huh? Just doing them all, shit. I don't know how long you're gonna last at first, but... I felt the exact same way. I think you did a good job this past year. Make sure to keep it up. Single NEP game, ugh. Nah, the only ones I've platinumed are the ones that are easy to platinum. There are a couple I want to go back and platinum at some point, it's just when I want to. You know? Like, CyberNep is a pretty easy platinum all in all, it's time consuming. And Ninja Wars isn't... Hello, my name is One Man Cuz. Yeah. And Ninja Wars I thought was a pretty easy platinum. The only exception was, like, one challenge in the challenge mode in post-game caught me by surprise a little, and that was it. And even then, that wasn't that it was hard, it was just I had to wake up a little. I was like, oh, wait, I can't just steamroll it like I did the rest of the game. You know? You're only a third of the way, though. Through. But you'll guard down. No, this is our 5th one. What do you mean I'm a third? I'm like I'm a little under half. Now for the results of your first year's assignment. Of this year's first assignment. Ta-da! Time consuming. I think it felt time consuming for me because firstly you have to wait 10 minutes every time you fire up the game for it to actually let you get to the title screen. And secondly, the game bored me and so it felt longer. But I still platinumed it and I thought it was... I think that was the thing, I enjoyed it enough at the time to like actually do it and get it done. It just bored me by the time I got to the end, so it felt longer. And then once I finished it, I never played the game again. I uninstalled it and then eventually sold the game. I honestly don't get why the game has such a fucking long load screen at the start on PS4. Like, I honestly don't get it. I get that the game graphically, like Cybernet's graphics and art style, it's very fucking bright, but it is nice. I get it. And the fact that it's like locked at 60 frames, sure, that's all. Still don't think that justifies the length of its loading. You know, I still don't think that quite justifies how long it loads at the stage you fire it up. You can fire up Cybernet and then go make yourself lunch. And the egregiously bad story was how easy it was to break the game. Yeah, it was super easy to break the game. You didn't even need to like learn the mechanics and systems. The counter window for like parrying was obscenely easy, at least for me. Like, I never failed the counter window, so I just countered everything to death, because it couldn't hurt me. So why did I need to bother with anything else? Please explain. If it's to do with the online co-op, I guess that would make some kind of sense, because it's not like, you know, net games do online religiously. So it's not like they're used to how they handle it, but even then, that still feels like weird. Like, when I first fired up 4GO, I genuinely thought that initial load was like, you know how some games, like, when you put the disc in, it still has to install things within the game when you fire it up. I know it doesn't really happen that much nowadays, but you know what I mean, where it used to have that thing, where you put the game in, and then you'd have like an install screen, and you'd have to install the game first. I thought it was that, it took that long. I didn't think it was just the load. So when it turned out it was the load, I was dumbfounded. It was their first Unreal Engine. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, that makes sense, because Unreal Engine is not naturally built for console. You have to do a lot of tinkering to make it work naturally for console. And if they're not used to how the Unreal Engine works, and I hope it's something Unreal Engine 5 will fix when it becomes more readily available, but Unreal 4, and especially 3, if the game was built on Unreal 3, holy Jesus, they were basically just built for PC. And so you have to do a lot of, like, almost handmade configurations to make it work properly on console consistently. So that actually explains a lot for the load being that long. Quicker on PC, though it's still long, just not as long. Yeah. It's why, to give an example, Guilty Gear Strive, when it launched, they've patched it since, thankfully, because they're just more experienced. That game's an Unreal 4 game. That game's built on Unreal 4. It had caked in input lag on PS4 and PS5. It was something like 8 frames of input lag on PS5 at launch. So the fact that people still enjoyed it so much, despite the fact, you know, you had a little over 1/10 of a second of input lag, just because of Unreal Engine tomfoolery, was baffling. Whilst on PC, it was like minimal. It was like next to none. It was only like a frame, which you're not going to notice. A 60th of a second, you're not going to notice that input lag. They've patched it since, and the input is way quicker on it now. Around the time they added crossplay, they've severely cleaned it up. They already done a lot of work for it, but when it's crossplay, it's like, yeah, no, you'd get schooled by a PC player on that kind of input lag. But they cleaned it up. It was just at launch you had that trouble. And I know King of Fighters 15, also an Unreal 4 game, had the exact same problem. The PS4 and PS5 version had cooked in input lag because of the engine trouble. But Unreal 5 is supposedly supposed to be a lot better for consoles. So when that becomes more like publicly available, I can't wait to see, you know, people use a very accessible engine and it work well on console. But we'll see. Unreal 5, there's a lot of games under development for Unreal 5, but very little that's actually, you know, available. The only game that I'm looking forward to, that I know of, that I know is going to be on Unreal 5, is that it's long since been confirmed that the very next Tomb Raider game, whenever that is, or whatever it is going to be on Unreal 5. Which is interesting, because I'm curious to see what a Tomb Raider game would do with that engine. Anyway, we've been sitting on this screen for a while. Well, there's not much to say. It looks like you're improving by the day. Do you really think so? Oh, that's good to hear. No doubt. You used to get so nervous just coming here. Please don't bring it up. It's so embarrassing. Sorry, it's enough joking around. Anyway, let's talk about your next assignment. Kill vultures in the forest, the more you get rid of, the better. You can't report this assignment. Interesting. Interesting. A combat-focused one. Exterminating vultures? There's been an abnormal amount of them in the area lately. We don't know what the reason is. Us knights can barely handle them, so we decided to ask you for help. I get similar requests from SC, but I'm not really good at that kind of stuff. I understand that, but I'm sure you can find a way to incorporate alchemy into battling. Alright, that's the point of this. It's saying, hey, have you been using your alchemy in battles much? No, you haven't? Well, you're gonna fucking learn now, kid. That's what this is. You'll learn today. Oh, my favourite quest. Yeah, this one seems like it might be, like, relatively easy. Alright. Alright. Oh, that's it? Ah. So it's just go kill a bunch of vultures in the forest, got it. 5, yeah, usual. 3 griffins. Use meteor 3 times. No, the spells suck. No, wait, wrong game. Make a spring cup, make a wild scent, find everything in the catacombs, defeat the black demon in the catacombs. We know where that... No, that's Sophia I'm thinking of, that's different. Find everything in Traveler's Way, and defeat the rock in Traveler's Way. So it's all combat. All of these are combat focused as well. What do we need for a meteor? Oh, something we haven't even encountered yet. Okay. Just because it's combat based, and this will be the test if I've actually been keeping up with grinding, I'm going to do my, saving on a separate file for the start of the event. So if we fuck up like something fierce, we can reset and try and grind elsewhere. Against the traditional games of the PS3 era. My biggest hope, I said it before, like, to give them time to work on A25, they have third-party help with Marie. I don't know what the team is, but it's more that Gust are supervising it, but a third party's working on it, because Gust are, have their hands so busy. Well, they had their hands so busy with Riser 3 and its DLCs. I'm hoping that, team can just then apply it to more games afterwards. That we get the Salbug games. That maybe they do Gramnid as well, because I think Gramnid 1 and 2, Julian Volrate could do with it. But then after that, honestly, I don't know if the Iris games or the Mana Geology, is it another Blue Point or whatever? It's sort of. It is a team dedicated in remakes and remastering. It's not Blue Point, because Blue Point is Sony's crown jewel, but that kind of idea. So I don't know what the team is, but it's that kind of idea. Oh, there's places to go talk. But it's that team can just work on more Salbug games, assuming Marie does well. Which, to be fair, from what I've heard, it's doing well in pre-orders. So the fact that it's not out for another 2 months and it's already doing well in pre-orders, it's okay, I think it will do fine. Okay, it isn't. But yeah, Project A25, I think whilst they work on that, instead of having that be announced at the end of the year, or Tokyo Game Show, or whatever, like all the other Atelier games, let them cook, let them work on it, and instead, to fill in the gap, let this side team just, make Ellie and, I forgot what the third Salbug game was called. Oh no, your terrible father that's never there, see? I know one man song. Hey, Rorona, good timing. Here's a souvenir. Audra's tail, mermaid tear, and a punable. Those aren't helpful. I just hang on a minute, they aren't... I don't need any of them. That's an awful gift. Mysterious tools. Wild scent, happy boss. Oh, we need a spring cup, so yeah, I will buy that. Hey, Rorona, I have a favour to ask you. Sure, what is it? Song I Listen, Cake is a really good band. Speaking of music that I've been listening to recently, when I was grinding, because for those who don't know, I actually finally platinumed Knights of Azure 2 yesterday. I did my 2.5 playthroughs, because that was the only thing. You have to hit the level cap for a trophy, but when you hit the level cap and do all the quests, there's no more ways for you to get ability points. And there's a trophy for maxing out all 3 skill trees on Arlush. But you can... So what I did is, when you go into New Game Plus, you can't carry over your level, but you do carry over your ability points. So you like, I just did another playthrough, put on the bikini, because for some baffling reason, if Alush is wearing a bikini, all of her stats boosted. So she's like the equivalent of like 8 or 9 levels above what she's supposed to be. And when you get the good ending, you get the accessory that gives you double experience. So I could just power level and just ignore everything and not worry about grinding. And I just did about half a playthrough's worth. Unlocked the DLC dungeon, because the DLC dungeon gives you like 50,000 experience points for like no reason. Did one run of that with double XP, and I got like 10 levels, and I got a shit ton of ability points, and it was enough to like clear out the rest. And I was like, alright, done. Comfort Eagle for the win. Fair enough. But yes, whilst I was grinding though yesterday, I had the Sonic song, the vocal song playlist playing. I literally when I realized I wasn't going to be streaming because my internet was kind of wonky, I just put that on and I just let it play all day. And the video, it's got all the main vocal songs in Sonic across the whole franchise. The video was 9.5 hours long. So it was perfect to grind to, and I forgot how much I loved some of those tracks. I forgot how much of a fucking banger some of them is, and I want to make a statement right now. As much as I absolutely goddamn love the heavy metal and like the thrash metal and like just some of the industrial metal that is in Sonic Frontiers, in the next game, you don't have to do many. 1 Eurobeat, please. Because Sonic R had some fantastic Eurobeat and Eurodance tracks and Eurodance songs that I would love to have like come back in a Sonic game. Just one. You have to go all in, because I'm not the biggest Eurobeat / Eurodance person anyway, but the songs are great in Sonic R. The Eurodance songs they do in Sonic R are great, and I would love just one. I think it would fit Sonic really well, especially in this modern age. And that's enough of that tangent. Sorry, what is it? I'm going to sell some of the items here at my shop, like medicines and tools. My items? I've always wanted to increase the variety of products here. Plus, it'll be a good chance for you to show off your products to the townsfolk. I see. Are you doing this just to help me? Oh no, I'm running a business too. It'll profit me too. Okay, thank you. You know, use wholesale. Oh, is this going to be the same thing as like Romi's thing, where you can literally just sell her stuff and you get bonuses? Wholesale is a system in which a shop owner will mass produce an item that Rorona has synthesized and sell them. Never mind, it's kind of like Corey, but not quite. To use wholesale, talk to a shop owner and use like register. Complete the process by choosing an item to register. After a while, the item will appear in the storefront. So yeah, it's the Corey item of the game. Sometimes certain items may be declined from registering. Try improving your friendship with other shop owners. The items to be registered at each shop is different. Tiffany's, you can register in medicine and sundries. Go to the library. Okay. I probably won't use it too much, because I'm kind of in the mojo, but... So will it just be here now? Oh, yeah, it is. Cool. What are you selling? Are you going to say the same? No. You've been learning how to cook more dishes, right? What? Oh yeah, I can actually make food without alchemy now. You want me to start putting your dishes on the menu? At your restaurant? Oh, that would be great, but... Alright, it's a deal then. Let me know when you want to sell something. Let's see which of us can make the most popular dish. Why does everything have to be a competition with you? You know, do wholesale here, and they handle food. I don't really have anything I want you to have. Ooh. Let's see what quest we can pick up before we go vulture hunting. We might as well, right? We're gonna go kill vultures anyway. Oh, you haven't updated yet. Okay, requests. Okay, so what's here? Angel Staff. Hom's gathering up. Prism Coral. No new books. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to go back to the workshop. Save. Save again after we read these recipe books. Oh, can we make the spring cup? Actually, might as well try and see if we can do that, because that was a challenge. Spring cup and wild scent. Can I make either of them? Okay, it's 100%. I wanted to check before I got crazy. What do we need for a spring cup? Oh, an ingot. Okay. I want to make a few. I've also almost platinumed WWE 2K23. I'm at 94% right now. Hey, nice. The grind is... You're nearly there. Hey, Rorona. Whoa, don't stand so close to me. You really know how to make a ghost feel good about herself, you know. Starting to get used to it, but it's still a little scary. So do you need something? You know, if you had told me before I played this that Pamela was going to live with you, I would have played this game way sooner. I'm really bored. Do something about it. Well, the only thing I can do here is scare you all day long. My faction is the last one, and a couple. Oh, right. Don't get me wrong, that's pretty fun. Stop, please! Don't think of another way for you to waste your time. Do you promise? Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Nice. Let's go get some... I'm gonna try Riser 3 first. I still need to do that. I still haven't gone back to Riser 3 since finishing the game on the live stream. Because I'm waiting for the DLC. I'm just gonna save again since we have done some bits and bobs. Nah, like that's like the only thing that I don't like about this game is how they, to be honest, is how they treat Rorona. She doesn't. Oh, it's a spring cup. I thought the spring cup, that to me was like, oh, that'll be a healing item. Oh, it isn't. Maybe because I'm here like a... What, Rorona? No, Rorona's just a shy, awkward 15-year-old. And I'm going to keep on specifying 15 and not 17 because that's something that they changed in the localization. In the Japanese version, she's 15. In the localization, she's 17. So, like, for me, I'm like, no, she's just an idiot kid. She's a naive idiot kid. That's even worse. Even as a 17-year-old, that's like... I was a fucking dumbass at 17. Alright, what do I want to aim for first? I'm real curious about that angel staff, so I'm actually going to do that. Well, and they probably did it because of subtext. And this was also like... When did the original Island come out? Like 2010? It was a different time for localizations. That's the concept. Fair enough. Oh, before I get too carried away. It is in the nearby forest. Okay, didn't want to yeah, let's go to the forest. Consider real. Yeah, but that's also you know, like that's not the same as the next person. Yeah, that's true. Whoa, there's so many. I guess I have to get them one by one. This is gonna be a lot of work. And I don't mean that in like any kind of like derogative way. You know what I mean. You know I mean it with love. So are these like stronger vultures or are they just vultures? Oh, they are a bit stronger. Cool. Angel spirit. What is a strong physical attack to one enemy? Oh, high cost. I'm not racing ahead because I don't want to like run head first into it. Oh, there's another puny king. I should have taken the quest up. Can I get around you? Yes, I can. If left to interpretation, it isn't there. I get what you're saying, but I think that's like even that is like open to interpretation, which I know is kind of ironic. But some people love not knowing everything. Some people love knowing and just having to think for themselves. It's just different preference. Because then you get to make your own answer a little bit from what the game like murmurs to you. Don't get me wrong, sometimes being blunt is like just being upfront and telling you, like both have their benefits. Like the games like Knights of Azure 2 as an example. I didn't mention it in the review because I didn't really have any place for it. But there's a point where Arnis is debating with herself whether to go look for her wife. And she's like holding onto the ring in her hand. And then when she realizes that Arlush is looking, she puts it in her pocket instead of wearing it. And Arlush, actually calls her out on it. And I just thought that was really cute. She calls her out on it, and she goes, "But it's a ring. It's an important ring to you." And she goes, "Yeah, I know." She went, "Well, why don't you then put it on your finger? You know, preferably on your left hand, on your ring finger." And it was just really charming. Like they have that bluntness. It's like, "Yeah, you're married to this woman. Wear the ring." That's basically what she was saying. And also, when you 100% the game, and I didn't get because I didn't 100% the game in the review, I just got both main endings. In the after stories, if you 100% it, you get an extended ending that explains that, and it's one giant sequel bait that who knows what will ever happen. That Arnis and Christophorus are going to work together for in the future because both of them are immortal, to try and find a way to permanently deal with the Moon Queen, so that Arlush and Lilia can live in the world again, and that's what they're going to focus their journey on. But Christophorus encourages that before we do that, you should go visit your wife, and it's like, and she kind of ums and ahs because it's been a while since she's last seen her wife. So I love Knights of Azure 1's general philosophical dilemma: what's more important, the individual good or greater good? Yeah, because you know who I'm talking about when I say, Arnis's wife. Although they're not married yet in the first game. Arnis is genuinely in love with Lilise, and it's shared. Like, it's mutual. They both genuinely love each other. And in fact, the fact that they get married in between games does spoil a smidge about, the true ending of the first game, but, it is what it is, unfortunately. I could tell. Okay, this assignment, not gonna lie, not hard. Not a hard assignment. This is a nice one. Why can't they all be this easy? Okay, so this entire bracket is going to be more focused on what term quests we can get done, I think. Now, I've said it before, I'm not going for the true ending. I'm riding out to try and get as good an ending as possible. So I'm going to max out the progress bar and stars. I've yet to miss a single one, so I'm going to max out getting all the stars here. And I need to try and get my popularity above 80%. But beyond that, I'm going to ride with what I get. You know, like, I know what I'm aiming for, but I'm just going to ride with what I get. As long as I don't get the I failed an exam ending, that's all I care about. Because I think it will be more interesting, at least for me personally. I'll just scroll down. I'll just scroll down and clear out the areas. I think it'll be more interesting for me personally to see what ending the game decides is my ending. You know? It's Platsatori, then finish with Rorona and do Maruru. Now, once I'm done with this game on my playthrough, like similar to how when I went through the Mysterious games, like, there was, like, no downtime. I just went straight from one to the next. I'm going to be doing the same. Once this is done, I'm going to go straight to Satori. And then once Satori's done, go straight to Maruru. I might take a slight pause before Lulua, because Lulua, considering it was made way later, will probably be a much longer game. General Mascot. Oh, fair enough. She kind of, like, from the artwork I've seen, she gives me princess vibes. And not like the, oh, Her Highness, as in like, no, like the cutesy fairy tale princess vibes. Yeah. I don't actually know anything about her background, obviously, because I haven't got to that point. I get annoyed at her juggling knives. And then she's just a little show-off. No, don't get me started. Also, she doesn't strike me as, like, a Sonya princess from, like, Danganronpa. She strikes me more as, like, almost like a Disney princess, if that makes sense. Like, she's just a kid. She really just gives me, like, a cutesy kid. And I'm also interested in Lulua, because playing as Rorona's daughter, I just think that will be an interesting dynamic in of itself. Well, I want to see how this little this little moron that we know and love called Rorona, how she matures and becomes a parent, and how she is as a parent. You know, I can't be the only one that's just super curious about that. Because like, so she's in Lulua, she's 35 years old, which I also think is like the largest time gap in an Atelier saga. Because keep in mind, this game, she's 15 in this technically. That's a 20-year gap across the franchise then for Rorona. Is it curious to be fair? That's each their own. Name wasn't Rorona is Lulua. But it's all shorthands, isn't it? That's like the thing with the Island games. All of their names are the nicknames. Sort of like how Ryza is short for Razorlin. Like Rorona is like Rorolin or whatever. And as I said, Totori and Maruru, they're nicknames as well. I don't really know what how like they are. Bam, Sophie. Well, yeah, I'm just saying like it's in the same way to like the Sacred Saga. I wasn't saying like Sophie one is all of it. Actually, before I've already clicked leave, didn't I? Well, I guess we're moving on. So I was going to check how we're doing on the assignment. Nearly done. Okay, like one more and we're done. The Mysterious Saga did away with it, but that was just the Mysterious Saga. I haven't played Dusk. I'm just saying it's something they've done in some sagas, Jesus Christ. Logi and Esha are nicknames. Because Logi is Logix. I don't know what Esha's is off the top of my head, but I know Logi is Logix because I've seen the promotional work of hiring him in Nelka. Yeah, Logi's a nickname. His name is Logix. Okay, now we're done. Listen, I only know that because of because it's on one of the promotional artworks for Nelka. Which, to be fair, Logix is not a bad name. I've been searching the Dust series. Well, when I get to it, I'll tell you myself. But it is from what I can tell, Eshi and Logi are nicknames and not their real names. I don't know what they refer to in directly. Ruin everything. I don't think that's Nelka. I think that's genuine, my guy. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, Logix Viscaro. It's established in that game. Yeah, Logix and Escher. Or Logi and Escher. Also, so Escher is just her name. It's Logi that's got the nickname. Got it. I had to look. I had to Google. The character I mean. Oh. But yeah, I'm interested in it because Nelke just comes across as like Farmville / Simpsons tapped out. And if that is exactly what it is, then it will just be like my weekend vibe game when I eventually play it. Like, we'll just like one stream a week on it or something, and just play other things. Because I think playing that in subsequence would be what would make it tiring. Featuring Zagreus. Okay, I've got some more stamps to play with, so what do I want right now? Like, what's like the most imminent desire? What MP would always be nice, even though it's not much. More synthesis, go beat up some griffins. Need to actually make a muse here. Explore more of the catacombs. Some cool, yeah. I've already made my choice, don't worry. I will get Hom next. 10 vouchers maybe. How many vouchers do I even have? I haven't actually looked at that. 68. Damn, one more. Fuck. One more, and then I would have beat the game. I mean, had like the magic number. A little slower, but way better health and attack. Okay. Man, I wish all these assignments could be done that quick. I'm gonna save now we've like done that. And then we start figuring it out what I want to do. So we have something I haven't even discovered yet, okay. No, I do need more ice bombs. Oh, I can only make one. Been synthesized ones. Yeah, I get that can be a... I get that, because it's like... Yeah, it desensitivizes you from actually making them when you can just buy decent ones. I appreciate it in the moment, but I get that, like, for like the extended run, it's a bit like, no, you should be making them. I don't mind it because too much because I can just, you know, prioritize other things, and that's how I handle it. I don't go, well, I'm just not going to bother. I was like, okay, I'll just focus on this thing instead. Oh, I didn't say stuff, he said staffs. I just completely misread. But yeah, that staff is way better than anything we can make, so I get that. So I just treat it more as I will just put my priority in the other things, but I get what you mean. It is a bit like, well, what's the point then? Especially off the back of playing, the Riser games, where I got stupid fuckingly overpowered by it. To be a teacher to be hilarious and ironic, yeah. Well, she grows, she matures. You got anything to say, my wife? This is what an alchemy workshop looks like. Yeah, you've seen many of them in your time, haven't you? I don't really... I was about to say, I don't actually need to rest. You can just head back out. Oh, hang on, I just realised our hiring fee's way low. Oh, yeah, look. Friendship and both of these guys are friendship at level 60. But they actually don't hate us. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that seemed way low. I was like, I remember that being way more. So we need to... Sorry, I completely forgot already. It's the Catacombs and Traveler's Way. The areas that take forever to explore. Got it. Fucking, yep, okay. Combat experience. Yeah, I'm pretty sure as well. There's a diverging path in the vulture's nest. There's more vultures. We'll come back for that diverging path. Oh, Jesus! I just ran headfirst into you. Are you a griffin? Zero-day combat and questing, raising friendship. Yeah, to be honest, I do too. They kind of did away with the friendship system entirely in the Secret Saga, didn't they? It's just once you reach certain parts of the plot, they then say, okay, now you can do this thing. Because it makes sense, you battle together, you work together, you're gonna get closer naturally. It's not the biggest thing I missed though from the older areas. Start changing my party. From the older eras, like my biggest thing that I kind of miss is I liked that there were actual labeled days of the week in Sophie 1, and you had to pay attention to what the equivalent of Saturday and Sunday was and what was going on. The church was on the was it Bud Day or something, whatever the Sunday was. I kind of missed that. Rage dive, that sounds terrifying. Okay, never mind, it did 1 damage. The game wrong and played with Corey and Ixie for my entire playthrough. Oh, fair enough. What do I get for blowing this up? I'm guessing it's just resources. I'm not going to find out, apparently. Is this slightly higher quality? Will this break it? Oh, you bitch! Never mind, we're not going to find out. I like this weapon, by the way, on Rorona. This looks kind of cool. Is that an eyeball at the top of the staff? Holy shit. Nice. Oh, okay. I thought that was the egg. Yeah, no, that's not going to do it. That was super cool. God, you burned so many days exploring here. Come on. Never really. Venus Sato is my top 5. Fair enough. I don't really know off my head what my favorites would be. Outside of like Kazuma Kiryu's voice actor, because that man's a treasure and needs to be protected. Dollar Horfin, yeah. Was she voiced by her in the anime then? Yeah, in the anime she's voiced by Rina. Oh, that's... Yeah, that I can kind of hear it. I think that works. I can hear it. It sounds like a voice she'd have. And I'm like, oh no, 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 no. Sounds like Dahlia would have that kind of really like sweet and innocent and carefree voice when you don't know that she's, you know, this serial killer. Is there anything else here before? Or was it just this small, short, straight line? Oh no, it's a splitting path. Great. It just gives me a... It gives me a... Oh jeez, okay, fair enough. Oh, can you like just skip those? Oh, you kind of... Oh no, you can't. Never mind. I was say, oh, can you just skip them? There's a ankle high fence in the way that Rorona can't get over. Oh, there is another breakaway over here as well. There's a lot of character range. Oh, so let's go the other way then, since that one was just a leave. I got baited and wasted more days. Oh, okay. I was wondering a little. Okay, it's only 2 days. Okay, maybe the card's starting to get strong. Maybe they're starting to get a little strong. Just a thought. Oh! I mean, I gathered, but I had to check. And I know this one probably won't be. Yeah, no. I should just sell them, really. Oh, there's not a selling task in here, is there? No, there isn't, damn. Hey guys, why are there so many? Oh, I was trying to see if I had any group. Actually, is this group? Of course it's not.
愛できて当然ね。やったね。まだまだ育つわよ。
God, this is such. The traveler's way certainly is a way that you travel, huh? Fucking Jesus Christ, it's so long. And we still have to go back and try and find another area. That might have been too much. That might have been overkill, but I was like, hey, look, they're in a row. There's just dry mail at the back here, nice. Oh, they're different. Oh, orders, okay. Fucking goodbye. Ah, they all are. Will get single targeted. It's not wide enough. So there's a split here at the vulture's nest. Is this it? Or will I just waste some 3 days? Hey, okay. Nice. Wait, rocks in most games in ROC are usually birds, so I'm kind of like seeing, like, looking for any kind of like bird-esque mini-boss to show up. Damn it, I was gonna say, can I like lure him to one side and squeeze through? Ah, no. Let's get out of here. God, it's a big ass fucking area. Let's go home. We're at 42. Probably trigger some cutscenes, I hope. After how long we've been gone. We've been gone a month. Rona, what happened to your promise? I am still really bored. Oh, I've been trying to come up with ideas. Like what? Like, you lied! I see how it is. You don't care about me at all. That's not true. I just forgot. That's so mean. What's going on here? It's so noisy. Master, I need your help. Hey, don't run away from me. So you two were fooling around with each other behind my back. And now you're rubbing it in my face as soon as I come back? That's not fair. Does it look like I'm fooling around? We'll talk thoroughly about it another day. Pamela, come with me. I have something for you. Something for me? Here we are. Oh, she's not going to live with us anymore. She's got her own house. Man, this place is a dump. Oh my! What a dirty room! It's been unused for several years, but it'll be good enough to use while we clean it up a little. What are you going to use it for? I've been thinking about letting Pamela run a shop. A shop?
退屈で仕方ない
Weren't you complaining about having too much time on your hands?
さてどうしたもの
As I was trying to come up with an idea, it happened to run across this little property. A shop? Oh, that sounds fun.
では決まりだ
Then it's settled. I'll take care of ordering the products, so you can just take care of the interior. Wait, are you sure? Pamela, managing a shop?
何か問題がある
Do you have a problem with that? She's a ghost. That just makes it even better. There's no law prohibiting ghosts from running a business. She's like, Astrid just like, yeah, so there's no tax. You can't tax the dead. Or you could probably fucking try, I don't know. Oh, yeah, well, plus, look at how excited she is. Could you really say no to her now? Let's see. Teddy bear should be on the counter, right? How should I decorate it? I don't want it to be simple, but I don't want it to be too cluttered. Oh, I need more shelves too. Where do I start? She looks super happy.
だろ
See, I mean, you can just take care of it if anything goes wrong, right? Hey, you're trying to make me doing everything again. I won't help. You started this, so you can take care of it on your own. You can now use the shop. And it also has its own remix. Oh, she's like right here. Welcome! Enjoy your shopping. What have you got? A Lemageddon, a comet, alchemy candy, a blessed coin, and a globe. Ooh! You sell nectar. Oh, and alchemy coal.
これでいいのねこれでいいこれこれでいいのねこれでいいのね
She even has a teddy bear on the rocking chair, so it's like, you know it's haunted. Cute. Does anyone else say anything? Someone's only living here, I mean, a ghost. I mean, I want to go in there. No, stay away from strange places. There's always the same here, jeez. Oh, God.
よいしょ
Before I get distracted. Oh, balloon bomb. Trying to see what I want to make. You know, let's just go turn in what we have first before I get carried away. See what quests we can do, get our rep up.
こんにちは
I'm gonna go back and save because I don't trust these. I'm the only one that's like, those rewards seem really good. I'm gonna save, but I don't know if it's another bait, like that one iron, or if it's actually like not, and it's just that they know the game knows it's harder to get, so it's being nicer. And the more I realise the desertine value of the game's platinum, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, there's some chunky ones in there that you've done.
今のロロナちゃんこの色お疲れ様
Okay, I'm paranoid that they'll accept one that's a bait. Yakuto Wolf. Oh, I know what that one is. Good reward for beating it too. Good. Hang on. Is it you that sells? No, it's the cafe that sells it. I'm a genius. $48, getting there. You're too quick garbage. Nice. 2 requests. Yeah, I didn't even spot the other one. I'll take it. HP, 10 vouchers, Prism Coral. Earth resistance is up by 5. Hom's better. Rocks in Traveler's Way. We've been everywhere, so I'd probably just run straight past it then. And I mean to also explore the catacombs. Then the only thing we're missing is Meteor. I'll save again, then we'll... Oh, I don't actually know what my MP's at. I'll have to check that before I immediately dive straight back out into the wilderness. Oh, we're fine. So where the fuck's this rock? Okay, I'm going to assume it's at the vulture nest then. Is it you that's flying at me way quicker? No. I suppose it'd be a different colour. Oh, you're bigger. Hang on. Never mind. I was like, maybe I hit the other one. I was like, I'm sure that one's bigger. The product of Azure is fantastic. Oh, you want Trails of Azure? Pure fire. Yeah. So is it just Vulture-mageddon around here? Let's just fight everything and see if we find anything. 0 a few days ago. Yeah, because you did the level 40 run. I didn't know you was going on to Azure so quickly, that was all. I'm going to clear out this area at least. If we clear out the whole area and we don't get the rock, I might honestly load the save because it's going to be 8 days wasted. You know, 4 days here, and then, oh, even more than that because we have like so many days you waste for being here. Like, it'll be a lot of days we just wasted with no progress whatsoever. So if we don't encounter this thing at all on the way here, I'm just gonna load the save, and we'll go somewhere else. Oh, I just saw it. Never mind. I just saw it in the back. I just saw this giant. Look at this thing right back here. Lower their defense. Okay, it's gonna be a threat. Oh, it's gonna be a threat. Okay, good to know. This might be my crew in NG+. Yeah, it's a good crew. It's serving me well.
とっておきだよ。もう逃げられないわよ。
危ない。
God damn, this thing hurts.
ぼんやりしてると細切れになるわよ。
受けてみよう。
I'm going to use some more powerful abilities. What, because of the MP? Everything's tied to the same fucking thing.
輝こう。
That's cost too much. Yeah.
よし、チャンス。すべてを包み込んで。
Right, it's blind as well, so there's a chance this bitch will miss.
もう倒れちゃいなさい。
It's not really economical. Yeah. Oh, thank God. Damn. Alright, that's it.
食らうがいい。
Blindness has been like our saving grace a few times in this game. Nice. Ooh. Oh God. Ooh, good reward. We lose some fire resistance, but... Oh, and a little bit of MP, but... Jesus. The move system. To be fair, the Mysterious, I think we gotta take a step back. Mysterious was also 2 whole sagas later. The team had learned a lot by then. You know, they'd learned a lot. From what I can tell, Ireland was effectively a soft reboot for a lot of the franchise. It's just, Alright, let's get back home. Because it went a lot more back to basics after the mana games got a little crazy doing different things.
何を作ろうかな。
But that's just your personal preference, isn't it?
これ。
Well, I had something. What, being more... Well, the thing with mana, from what I could tell, is that it was just darker story focus and less character focus. Outside of a few examples, like one of the main antagonists is like super integral to the entire like character relationship with each other. Like it's mana. I would love to see more mana though. I just love to see mana in general. Come on. And it's not just because Pam's playable in that game. No, it's because I genuinely find a lot of what it was doing interesting looking at it. But I'd genuinely just be happy with like a remastered collection, just like, you know, like in better like visual quality, and just put it in a collection with the Iris games. They just need to do something with Gramnid, because Gramnid's the only ones. SMT5s. I'm not sure. I think so, a little bit. I know where you're going. I think I can see the comparison.
今日どれくらい休もう。
Oh, Pam wants to see me. Yeah, we can make time. Welcome. Hi. How is everything going here? It's a bit different. It's not saying it's 1-to-1. Yeah, no. Because SMT is so deep-rooted in religion and reasons and ideologies. And obviously mana isn't about that. It's just that it's, you know, darker and more story-driven over character. That's the comparison, because SMT is more story over character. outside of SMT4. SMT4 is super fucking character driven, and it's actually a blessing for it, and I wish more SMT games were more character driven. But SMT4 also has a very small cast, so they get to spend a shit ton of time on them, developing who they are and what they are. So it becomes very believable and very enjoyable as a result. Whilst a lot of the others, there'll be characters with their ideologies and their beliefs, but then you're just kind of doing your thing. And it's only throughout at certain points in the story you encounter them again and something will happen. And then at the end you decide who you agree with. I think the only thing that takes some time to adjust to is the press turn system with SMT, because it's not the same as the +1 or the once more or whatever it's called in Persona. It's not. It's very different. It's also, though, once you know and learn it, one of the most viciously satisfying styles to use. But if you can't learn it, the bar of entry is so high. That's the thing with SMT. Like, if you can learn it, it's so fucking fun. If you can't keep up with it, it will show you the door. And it won't hesitate. Doesn't matter what SMT game it is, even the ones that are considered easier, they will show you the door like that if you can't keep up with it. And that's the biggest thing, because the press turn system is genuinely one of my all-time favourite systems in a turn-based RPG ever. I love it. Which, to re-elaborate for anyone who isn't familiar, the press turn system works like this. When you start a fight, you get a turn to spend per character you have on your team. So for an average party of, you have 4, you start with 4 press turns. If you land a weakness, you only spend half a press turn. So if you hit an enemy weakness, like use the right elemental, or a critical hit as well will also count if you want to get lucky, you could effectively have 8 turns out of your expected 4. But equally, if you're on your own, you could at least still get 2 turns instead of it just being 1. This also applies to the enemies, though. If you go into a fight and there are 5 enemies, those enemies have 5 press turns to play with. You can also pass your turn, however. Passing your turn only spends half a turn. So if you want someone to go twice in a go, but you know that you don't have anything to hit a weakness and you don't trust your odds to get a crit, you can just pass a turn on a teammate. So there's immediately a strategy of who do you want to basically give up a turn of to make sure someone else gets another one. But you also have the other side of the press turn system, and the thing that makes it so special is the fact that every rule I'm stating applies to the enemies, so you can exploit that to cripple bosses. Everything is on the same an equal playing field, and that's like something that so many other games don't have. Is the fact that if you miss, or if an attack is blocked, so you weren't paying attention to elemental resistances, for example, like you hit the fire demon with fire and it blocks it, you're like, well, you lose double press turns. So if you had, once again, same situation, if you have 4 party members, your first attack you use a fire attack on a fire demon and it blocks it, you're now down to 2 press turns. You don't go down to 3. So now you really have to consider what you do left, because if you just play out the rest like normal, someone in your party isn't getting a turn. So if you want to make sure everyone can get a turn, or if you want to make someone else make sure they still get one, you're going to be passing turns a lot. That also applies to the enemy. If they miss, or you block one of their attacks, they will lose an additional turn on top of it. Doesn't matter what it is, from basic enemy to the final boss of the game. If you can turn it on them, you can turn it on them. But that's not the real kicker. The real kicker is the last one. If an attack is reflected or drained, if they reflect a magic attack back at you, or they drain it and get health back from it, the remainder of all of your press turns, no matter how many you have, are taken. So it doesn't matter if you have 1 party member or have all 4. If your very first attack is drained, your turn is fucking over. It's the enemy's turn now. Same rule applies to the enemy. There could be a group of 6 enemies, and the very first schmuck casts Argi on your fire demon, and suddenly none of them get to go, and it's your turn again. And it feels so, great. You feel like a fucking champion when they fuck up, and then it's just your turn immediately. But equally, you might get that amazing benefit of, they hit you, you reflect or drain it, it's now fucking your turn, end of discussion. Equally, however, like I said, it applies to everyone. Your first turn, you attack, it's reflected, it's fucking over, it's your turn, the enemy's turn. That's what can sometimes lead to what people nickname SMT moments, or because it happened a lot in Nocturne moments. Where sometimes you go into a fight, the enemy will go first, they get a stray crit, and you're like, fuck, now they've just got an extra turn, and suddenly you get dogpiled. But equally, you can have it happen the other way, where on your first turn, it's like, well, I don't have a weakness to deal with this. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to get them in 4 turns. You get a crit, you're like, oh, never mind, the fight's over. Or like you get into a fight and it's like you really feel like you're about to get schooled, you're next to low health, but you're like you drain ice, and for some reason this one turn they use Bufu on you and you drain it, and suddenly it's your turn and you turn it around and get the fight. It's a vicious fucking system, because when you first play it, there's a lot of instances when that possibly make the final boss of the game of these games a joke. Well, the final boss, to make Nocturne the example, since that was one I was kind of using as a basis, Lucifer has access to every single different element, and his AI is adaptive. So if you drain fire, he might use a fire skill on you once, but he will never fucking use it on you again after that turn. You know, like he will learn, he will figure it out. But then there's also the ultimate end-all be-all, and this exists in every single Atlas title. There is non-elemental magic. Non-elemental magic costs an absurd amount of MP to use, or SP to use the proper term, so they're usually not worth using. But the trade-off is you physically can't drain or block non-elemental. It's non-elemental, so it's the only freebie. You won't be getting any weaknesses, but you won't be getting blocked or resisted. To Almighty? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Wait, to be fair, like a better word, it is Almighty. But it's the same, it's that system. So that's your end-all be-all, but it costs... it costs like a litre. It's like you drain the fucking bottle of your SP if you start using Almighty skills, so you have to be careful. But in saying that, if you're going to go fight Lucifer in Nocturne, you're going for the true demon ending anyway, because he's only available to fight on the ultimate ending of the game. Any other ending, you don't fight Lucifer. You stop at the moon. So, you're probably going to, if you're going for the true demon ending, you're probably going for 100% anyway. And the 100% reward for like finding all the Magatamas, which is what dictate your what skills you learn in what skills you learn as the protagonist, not your party, that's different. What the protagonist learns and what their elemental resistances and weaknesses are. If you get every single one of them, every single Magatama, you get the right to fight a super boss, and if you beat that super boss, you get a Masakado, which is a Magatama that makes it so you block every single normal element. As I play Persona 5 in safe mode, fair enough. I mean, it's like, that's the thing with SMT. The only thing, though, if you ever get into SMT and you start with Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, don't, as much as, like, I'm going to sound elitist here, but stick with me when I say this, don't play it on easy. It's the only, one of the very, very few RPGs that I would defeat the twins on P5, yeah, without thinking about it. The twins are pathetically easy in P5. Anyway, the point I was getting at, don't play it on easy. And my reason isn't like, you know, elitism, oh no, you should play it on the ball-busting mode, no, it's because they straight up disabled mechanics in easy mode, so you don't get the full experience of Nocturne if you play it on easy. For the sake of making it an easier experience and more story-driven, they straight up turn off several mechanics in Nocturne's easy mode. And I don't agree with that personally. I know each their own and all that, but for me personally, it's like... No, I feel like you lose some of the magic by turning off mechanics. When I see max level, I still get murked. No, I go in as soon as I can get Yoshitsune, so we're talking at level 55. I'll probably fight at level 70 for general stats. Just Yoshitsune, have a backup persona that has Media Rahan just in case, and then you just have Anne apply an attack boost, Yusuke apply a defense boost, and whoever you want extra is your one extra just to do some extra chip damage. And then your battle strategy with the attack boost is literally just power charge Hasatobi, because that's Yoshitsune's signature move. Power charge Hasatobi. Power charge Hasatobi. The fight's over. The only reason I said you'd up to like level 70-ish instead of just stopping at 55 when you get Yoshitsune is because of your raw defense. You don't want to get one shot. Don't use Yusuke. Well, I mean, you can fill in the role yourself. If you don't have an extra party member to have, like, the boost your attack or boost your defense sort of thing, you can just make another persona that covers that for you instead. Or see what other party members might have something similar and just fill the gap. I'm just trying to remember from how I did it. That said, I haven't played Royal, so I don't know how effective that strategy is on the fight the old protagonists secret bosses, where you can fight P3 hero and P4 hero. Use OG crew. That's fair enough. I do that in Persona 4. Whenever I cover P4G, I usually only use default crew. Wait, no, I forgot to switch to Makoto. In P4, I use Narukami, Yosuke, Chie, and Yukiko. Because Chie has the highest physical attack stat in the game, and Yukiko is a great healer, and Yosuke is just because he's my bro. Even though he's a fucking idiot, he's just, you have him for so long, it's like you just get used to having him there. Because I'm not a big fan of Kanji. No, Teddy, sorry, I'll get the Kanji. Because Teddy's Jack of all trades, master of none. And Kanji's got great physical attack, but nothing else. Chie has a little bit more. Like, Chie's got the best physical attack and has other benefits. Whilst Kanji, his physical attack is good, but just not quite on the same level. And Naoto I just never use because Naoto is reliant on instant kills for a lot of her game plan. Instant kills and the occasional almighty skill, which makes her kind of irrelevant in late game. Because she can't do much, because most basic enemies start becoming immune to insta kills. While in P5, the only character I tend to not use is Morgana. Everyone else I've at least used a bit. You know, I have my preferences. Like, I always have Makoto in the party because she's a good jack of all trades, because she's actually good at a lot of the jacks that she's trades of. And I like Yusuke because Yusuke is the role replacement for Chie in terms of just being an absurdly cracked physical damage dealer. Because he's the one that I broke 1,000 damage with for the trophy originally, not Makoto. Because he's absurd once you get him kitted out. But in my last role was either Haru or Anne usually. I fluctuated between the two. Because Haru is also similar in the sense that she's more reliant on the insta-kills. But she's also got the psychic stuff. So she can like wreck up enemies with status conditions. And thankfully, enemies even really late into the game can still be inflicted with status conditions. So you can turn Haru into the mass murderer she really is if you use her right. But if you encounter an enemy or encounter a group of enemies that aren't really good with status conditions, sometimes it's slightly better to swap to Anne. So the only character I don't bother with is Morgana. And that's not even because of like his playset or anything. I genuinely just don't like Morgana as a character, so I don't want him. I don't want to hear him any more than I already have to, you know? Like, other than like Futaba being one of my favorite characters in that game, it's a genuine blessing when Futaba joins, because then I genuinely don't have to listen to Morgana, because I don't have to listen to the advice giving either. That little shit just ceases to exist. Anyway, how's everything going in here? Oh, it's you. And P3, just because I'm on the train with it. Other than the pro tag, Akihiko is a must, because Akihiko is really fucking good. Yukari for healing, but you have to trust, if you're not playing portable, you have to trust that she'll actually fucking heal you, because even when you set her to support, she might just heal herself, because the AI in P3 is awful. It's up for Ryuji. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, I completely forgot about Ryuji. He just left my mind. So I'm Morgana or Futaba. I don't care for Morgana. I love Futaba. That's just me, though. Futaba's one of my favourite characters in that game. I adore that little bean. That anxiety-riddled, like, slightly mismanaged, awkward bean. Morgana just annoys me. Morgana has a terrible character arc that they force on you for what's already the worst dungeon in the game, and he doesn't even really fucking grow from it. Morgana just, like, bitches at other people all the time. The moment Ryuji claps back once, we have to deal with an entire fucking character arc of him bitching about it. No, that didn't make him a fun character. That just made him an annoying shit. Like, I would date Anne solely to, like, cuck that little shit. Like, you know, like, I genuinely did not like Morgana at all. He just felt like a mascot character that had an ego. And I already don't really care for the idea of mascot characters in the Persona games anyway. The only one that I think did it alright was the dog in P3. That's because he was actually a good party member and didn't talk. Teddy is alright some of the time, but annoying in others, and Morgana genuinely just pissed me off. Morgana's the worst character in the game for me, personally. I know that's just me, but Morgana just annoys me, and that's it. That's how it is. It's no deeper than that. Anyway, I got off track. It's a P3 party. I usually maybe have Yukari, and in my last slot, I'm not sure, because Mitsuru's, like, useful, I guess. Probably the dog, actually. Most characters in 5, and that's fair enough, each their own. Probably the dog in P3. I'd probably go Akihiko because he's a fucking must. Yukari for healing when she feels like it. But if you're gonna have her on healing and you're not playing portable, have your own fucking persona. Now, Ryuji I don't mind, because he's a loud idiot, but he's a loud idiot with a heart. I just forget he exists. I just don't like how he's treated. He gets made the butt of the joke too often, when there's actual character there, and so you don't get to see that character, because he's too busy. You know, he managed to save the whole crew on the Pride ship, you know, at the end of the game. You know, the Shido ship. He saved the whole crew, but because he lived, he's going to get beat the shit out by the girls for comedic purposes. And I'm like, what? No! Or, you know, Morgana bullies the shit out of Ryuji all game long. Ryuji claps back once, and suddenly, like, Morgana has a hissy fit, and you have to have a whole character arc over it. No! And everyone goes, oh, if only Ryuji. I'm like, that's not Ryuji's fault that he defended himself! You know, we should be picking on Morgana for, like, being such a bitch. If you can't throw it out, if you can't take it, don't throw it out, you know? But enough of that. We end up going about Persona 5. We end up going about the whole Persona series. We were talking SMT, and before that we were talking about my wife, Pamela. We just got off topic. Yeah, I genuinely think, and you're not the only one that thinks at least this bit, at least I know I'm not the only one either, I genuinely think if Ryuji had died at the end of the Shido ship, or the Pride ship, because that's the sin it represents, it would have been impactful. I would have think it would have been it would have worked, or I would have enjoyed it more. The fact that, like, or if he lived, if everyone just appreciated him more. The fact that he lived and then everyone beats the shit out of him for living just seemed really, really obnoxious. Especially because it followed, like, my favourite boss fight in the game. The Pride Ship wasn't my favourite dungeon, but it had my favourite boss fight. Shido is like a real gauntlet you have to work through. You can't just go in and expect to win. You have to actually think. And so, like, you have, like, this great, like, this pretty alright dungeon, this great boss fight, this really fun ending cinematic that ends with, like, a really sudden, like, catch your breath moment, and then it's followed up with, like, a really fucking stupid scene. It's just like, well... Oh, samurai. It's like, yeah. I think I would have liked it more, because I would have also liked to have seen the dynamic of how it's approached, considering he loved his mum so much. He's such a mama's boy, and it's like, we don't get to see his mum. And I think it would have been interesting to find out how it affected the family household after his death. But that's just not what Persona 5 wanted to do, unfortunately. Persona 5 has a huge problem of feigning darkness, but never actually showing it. It has moments where it's like, oh, but it doesn't commit to anything. But we've talked about Persona 5 too much. I'm done with P5 as a whole, to be honest. I enjoy it for what it is, and I love it for what it is for when I played it, but it doesn't change the fact that I have no real interest in going back nowadays. Persona thing to a T. Yeah. Character never gives it. Yeah. P5 feels a lot of, like, they want to do something but never commit to anything. It ends up ultimately playing it safe, and that's my problem. But yeah, so that's not your fault, we both got sidetracked. But then speaking of Persona, last thing I'll say, it's leaked, so we know it's happening. There's a full-blown, not remaster, like full-blown from the ground up remake of Persona 3 in the works. We know it's leaked. We've seen screenshots and footage of it leaked online. So I'm curious to know firstly when that's coming out, and secondly what that'll actually be like. Because remaking Persona 3 and figuring out how to make something interesting out of Tartarus is a mean feat. Strat because I wanted to play it. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, get Yoshitsune. It's spelled Yoshitsun, but it's Yoshitsune. But to be fair, Yoshitsune is also one of the most overpowered personas in the entire franchise because of its signature skill, Hasatobi. Because the way Hasatobi works is that it's light physical damage that hits 8 times, but if you power charge it, it counts every single hit. So you get the 2.5 damage 8 times in a row, and that's what makes it broken, because light physical damage instead of heavy might not sound like much. 8 times? And each hit's 2.5 damage? Yeah, you'll notice it. And if you get the attack boost, you're doing something like 3.2 times damage per hit. And if you lower their defense, it's something like 3.8. So I'm too nerdy on Persona's stats. 3.8 times damage? 8 times? Can you see why it's a bit powerful? And the... Pre-free remake is a terrifying feat to even approach, so I'm surprised they're even approaching it. But if they hit it, more power to them. You don't have to be so disappointed. Well, no one is coming to my shop. I'm still as bored as I was before. Maybe people are afraid to come to a shop that's owned by a ghost. Why not make guides? How do you think I know these statistics? Do you think I did the maths myself? No, I had like the old strategy guide books for Persona 3 and 4 when I was a kid. And that broke it all down. It's how I also know that they changed the hit and miss ratio in P4. Because in Persona 3, single target attacks are 95% accurate at default, and group wides are 90% accurate by default, which is why you kind of miss every now and then you do group wides. Whilst in Persona 4 onwards, they altered it to make it that single targets are 97.5% and group wides are 95, so you so rarely miss in that game. And they carried that over and made that universal with P5. Well, I say that, it's only one more time since then, but you know what I mean. You're really better than min-max strats than me. I just know what I'm too much of a nerd, that's all. I just know my shit. When it comes to Persona trivia, because I grew up with it. Keep in mind, like, I grew up with Revelations Persona, the original Persona game as well, and then had Persona 2 Eternal Punishment since Innocent Sin never came out in the West on PS1. And so I was super embedded in Persona. Which is ironic that it took me forever to get really into SMT as a kid. Like, I was super into Persona, but I had no interest in touching any other Atlas property. Like, I didn't touch the Digital Devils, or the Devil Summoners, or the SMTs, until way later. It's way better than mine. I have a bad habit of being the most... I just am me, that's the thing. I think it's a nice way to get a bigger audience. I get what you're saying. It's just me, though. It's just my habit. I'm just genuinely a positive person. And that's not even me trying to big myself up. I know I am. I just like what I enjoy and like sharing what I enjoy. I don't really have the any interest or care for, like, the bad vibes, you know? If something upsets me, I go to something else. That's not right. That's discrimination against ghosts. Fine, I'm sorry, but I can't think of any other reasons. I should have just stuck with scaring Rorona. No, please, not that. I'll try and think of something, okay? This me is way better than thousands of good titles. Okay, but hurry. I think having a wider range would help as well, Pam. Well, I said you just said you're not getting any customers whatsoever, so maybe that won't help. Go take on that thing, we might take that with us. Oh, this guy needs more soup. He needs more soup. We gotta go to the soup store. Oh, I'll sort that in a minute. Oh, aren't these both in the same forest? I've got an idea. What did I say? That's bonus condition, not do it condition. I'll still get the rewards, it's just bonus conditions. So, and I'm not that fussed about bonus conditions, because there's nothing on the item exchange I want right this second. Oh, we should do the bonus. I'll try! I mean, when we last fought the Puny King, I did it in under 3 turns, so we'll try. How am I doing on MP? Oh, we're completely kitted out and ready to go. There's no wreck. Yeah, no worries. So going back to the forest, and then at some point we'll I'll try and explore the catacombs out, get that done. Oh. Oops. That's another difficulty. It was almost time. I'll be a little early, but I should leave soon. Hey, Sturk, there you are. Huh? Sorry, but I have to go. Can you be any more obvious? I know how you feel about me. Oh no, that's not... I'm so hurt. What should I do with this gift now? The all-request trophy and people... Yeah, good luck with that. That one's a... Follow a guide. Follow a guide. I think the only trophy I'm missing in base P5 is all requests. No, it was all requests and read all books. Because I just forgot, and I just couldn't be bothered to do a 4 fucking playthrough to try and get those last 2 trophies to let it slide. A gift for me? But it's not for me, it's from one of my clients. Who could it be? No idea you're talking about. I bet it's one of Rorona's customers. You help her out with her work, right? 5 and Royal. Obviously Alpha. Yeah. But why me? Shouldn't they send the gift to Rorona? Don't ask me. I was just told to give it to you. Who cares anyway? That person wants to thank you, so just take it. I see. It's unexpected. Better get going.
Oh,
3 for 5, and we're gonna play through 1 for Royal. Fair enough. Hey, Night Boy.
Oh,
Oh god, yep, it's happening. Oh, Mr. Baldness. How can I help you? I just wanted to thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. Did I do something? I asked Rorona to do a job, and she said she couldn't have done it without you. Yes, except Sturk and Esti. To be honest, I kind of more ship Sturk with Rorona. Yeah, this... There's like fucking guttural singing. This is why we need Haggle back in Secret Saga 4. There was Rorona, that explains the gift. Only gave her a little help, she's the one who completed the job. Don't be so modest, Rorona is getting better, but I'm still worried about her. Make sure you give her all the support she needs, right? That's pretty much the plan. Well, I better get going now. Corey, that's just me. Yeah, fair enough. Really, I can still make it there on time. Huh? Hello, Sturk. Thank you. Hey, man. Thanks for your help the other day. Oh, I completely forgot about, like, Dollar the Kid. The fans have a crack ship of Haggle x Pamela. And I'm gonna say the only ship involving Pamela is me x Pamela, alright? Like, we don't want to hear any more of this other shit. There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you! Sentences Pam will never say to me. Am I wrong? His name's Cole! I guess Sophie. Fair. What are you doing? It's because Rorona told me to. Thanks. Hi, Sturk. Sorry I'm late. Oh, I wasn't waiting that long. Besides, everyone's allowed to be late once in a while. But it's all because... because of what? Oh, never mind. Well, yeah, because Rorona had to tell Corey to be nice to Sturk. Come to think of it, I think today's the first time I've ever been thanked for doing my job. Did I do something wrong? Oh, what did I do? See, I'm a kid. I mean, yeah, is Lulua, like, natural birth Rorona's daughter, or is Lulua adopted? That's the real question. No, really, it's nothing. Let's just get going now. Sturk, hey, oh, he's acting weird. But you look kind of happy. Hey, wait for me. Okay, the wolf's there. And the peony's there. Yeah, we can just go on. Oh, whoops. I went to hold R1 to sprint. I went to hold R1 to sprint. Oh, jeez. Okay, interesting terminology, but yeah, I can't... She doesn't strike me too much as someone settling, and I imagine they'd want the purity of their Atelier protagonists. Like, to still be, you know, pure-spirited and all this other shit. I mean, we'll go try and do the wolf. I don't think we'll beat the wolf in 3 turns. I think he's a bit too much of a bulkier boy, but we can still give it a go. I will take this, though. So he unleashes my inner scum. No, don't. I have seen the meme. I have seen the meme of, Toturi. But there's a line in that game, I think it's Toturi that has that line, and the voice line is high impact sexual violence. And, like, the community have made a meme out of it for ages. Actually, I might get this done in less than 3. Nice. Assuming it's 3 turns, as in... my whole life. Have you never seen it? It's literally like the only reason I know it's from Toturi is because it's Toturi on it. So it might be from like Maruru if Toturi's in that as well. But it's literally Toturi screaming high impact sexual violence. I don't even know what the context is of it. It's just I've seen the community meme on it a load of times. Why do I have 3 fucking cabbages in my... Yeah, take that out, take that away. That sounds awesome. So I don't know the context at all. Hopefully we'll find out when we get there. I need to go to the front desk. Cabbage girl. Hey, just because I did really good at my job. Bonus conditions reported early. We can make that, can't we? I think we can make a balloon bomb. Let's go check. Oh, only one, but yeah, we can. And the success rate is 100. I wanted to check that before I got carried away. So just go beat up enemies, go beat up enemies. I could take Bandit and Peon, to be fair. Pamela wants a cannon. I'll be back. I don't even know where to begin. Why does Pam want a cannon? Pam, are you doing a cannon? Yeah, exactly. And she's like this ghost. She's like, it's not your place to ask questions. I'm just giving myself more friends. Just shoots it out of building. Now I have more friends. I don't think we've done any more, but I can check. No, we haven't. MP's kind of low. Save again before we head out, but then I will head out. Boom, ding, ding. Okay, that worked out. I was like, I hope there's more, like, bandits and shit over here. Oh, there's a healthy amount here. That's good. Jesus Christ. Oh, I was optimistic it'd be another, like, 4 of, like, the 2 and 2s. Oh, there's a... Oh, you're right. I forgot there's 4 exits to this place. Oh, there's a lot of ghosts. Oh, this area is actually... Jesus Christ, this area's kind of big. No chance. I said that was moving too slowly. What's that? Is that the demon thing that we need to kill that I just saw like sitting in the back? I had a feeling. I was like, there's no way that's better than what we've got, is it? Oh, it is what we're after, okay. Trace of your bombs? To be honest, I haven't actually been paying that much attention to that throughout the course of the game. This might be the key. Yeah, probably. I need to pay more attention, I haven't been. Can I blind this bitch? Oh, he resists it. Okay, so we can't make him miss. Exactly. That was kind of cool how that transitioned straight into her turn when she landed. Okay, that's not so cool though, Jesus Christ. Oh, of course. Are we on overtime over there? Yeah. Oh, we need bones. That's a blessing. We've actually got a place to get bones now. Ooh. A new recipe book. Interesting. Try and get that other quest done and then we'll head back. Yeah, we need to kill more peons. Rorona doesn't kill, she's a nice lady. Beats up more bandits. She's not a murderer at all. Alright, I'll clear out just for the experience and then we'll head back. Nice. God, her speed. The fact that she just gets double turns. I need to really go sell some of these out, like extra bits and pieces I've been picking up. Because I got a lot of those random weapons that are weaker than what I've got. That I could get some decent money out of just selling off. Let's see how quick she is. Yeah, she really does. She works her magic. What do we pick up? Auto alarm, spirit's breath, and oh, nectars. Awesome. We can make our own nectar. These are all unusable extra weapons, Jesus Christ, that I don't need. The only reason I'm not selling that is no, I'll sell it actually. So I don't know if it's better or worse than what I've got, but I think I can't see it being better than what I got. Yeah, I saw that. I just wanted to sell this first. That's why I went somewhere else. Huh? Why is everyone outside the shop? Is something wrong? Seems that Tiffany is sick and the shop's closed. Really? Oh, she is pretty frail, and she works way too hard. Her helplessness is one of the many things that I like about her. That's kind of weird to say out loud. I like the fact that she's helpless. What? Hey, that's inappropriate. I know, but I'm sure you've all thought about that before too. Taking care of Tiffany while she's sick in her bed. You bastard, how dare you say such filth? What? A man's allowed to fantasize? Stop fighting! I'm worried about her. I should bring her some medicine later. Closer today. Oh, it really is just, go away, huh? Oh hey, it's crazy, I've got these passionate soups that I definitely made. This is someone else who wants a cannon. Why does Lionella... It won't be Lionella. It'll be those two fucking teddy bears that want it. Oh, 55%! Damn, not bad, we're getting there. Alright, so clearing out the catacombs, we're not going to get that done. And media, we're clearly not getting done. Because by the time we get... Yeah, how many days we have left, we're not getting that done in time. Warranty. Very nice to see a stamp of approval. But just barely get to do this. Okay, 55.8 still. Oh yeah, I should bring this medicine to Miss Tiffany. Oh. Okay, that wasn't the intention of me make. I mean, we can make another one, I guess. This is for you. Huh? Is this medicine? Yeah, I heard you were sick again, so I thought you might want to keep this in your cabinet. Oh, I'm sorry for making you worry. How much is it? Oh no, it's not like you asked for it. I want to give it to you as a thank you present for being so kind to me all the time. Well, okay, thank you so much. Oh, she's still a little sick. Well, please get some rest and feel better. Aww. What the fuck? Why do I have this? I don't know about Well, just kindness of her own heart, trying to help out. Alright, I don't really think there's anything else we can do in the time we have. I mean, I'll check... One for most games, like, yeah. But then I've been saying this since the Mysterious games, but all the Atelier games, I very much almost treat like comfort games. Because they do, they just make me feel like cozy, you know? I just kind of vibe and I'm like, yeah.
ホムちゃん採取中か。何を調合すればよいでしょうか。
I'll leave her. Also, I'm not sure what I'd even want to make. I'll just sleep the last day. Evaluation day. Thanks for your help. I'm sure it was a lot more of work for you. It wasn't that bad, but I don't know if I did everything right. Let's see what you did. Yeah! Can all the quests be like that? Just go fight monsters, please? So you didn't need to worry about it after all. You did great. Really? Oh, thank you. Should let this serve as a warning to us knights. You might not take over all our jobs. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think about it like that. Don't take it so seriously. I'm just fooling around with you. Keep up the good work. Now about your next assignment. Ice bombs and spring cups. Okay. Something chilly. Summer's going to be a hot one. We want to take every kind of precaution to prevent being stuck in this extreme weather. So what kind of items should I make? Unfortunately, we haven't thought of anything in particular that's going to be part of your job. It's going to be hard. Okay, I'll try and think of something. So we just need to fucking crank out ice bombs. Got it. The 7th assignment. Uh-oh. Nothing. Not in this one either. Doing some research, huh? Are you looking up a new recipe for dinner? No, I'm trying to look up an ingredient that might be useful on my next assignment. It's called foamy water. Foamy water? You can find that all over Naval Lake. Naval Lake? It's been a while since we've unlocked a new area, so I'm guessing it's a lake to the east. Not that many people know of it, since it's a little far from town, so that means it's going to take like 8 days to get over there, I can already tell. It's a beautiful place, though. Never knew about that. Thank you. I'll go look around later. Do you want me to come with you? Are you really going to help me? I didn't expect you to... Oh, how can I pass up an opportunity to make you a brand new swimsuit? Now, what should it look like? I could go with a popular frilly style, or maybe something more risque. No thank you, I can go alone. What? Rorona is being unusually disobedient. Say something to her. Yes, but what should I say in this situation? Well... Okay, understood. I was instructed to... Alright, here we go. You're just embarrassed to wear a swimsuit because you have short limbs and no boobs. What? What do you mean no boobs? She's fine. Hey, keep it down, you heard us. I apologize. Also, what are no boobs? Can't really explain it with one word. There are other terms like flat-chested or mosquito bites. Jesus Christ. Master, don't teach Hom things like that. And also, what do you mean? Rorona's doing fine. Uh-oh, Rorona's mad. Hom, we better retreat for now. Understood, Grandmaster. Hey, get back here! I don't care. I don't have to wear a swimsuit to gather ingredients. You can now go to Naval Lake. All it costed you was your dignity again. Fuck. Okay, we're gonna be here for a while. Yep. Defeat 5 Islefish. Defeat 5 Ignaces. Synthesize a Mystery Ankh. Make 10 Ice Bombs. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Make a good quality Ice Bomb. Make 5 Healing Bells. Defeat the Ram Lizard in the Mines. And defeat the Scare Phantom in the Ruins. Just let me see, how far away? 5 fucking days. Ugh. Showing activity. Yeah, like I said, I think it is because Sony, like Microsoft and Nintendo, have completely disconnected and severed all ties to Twitter, so I just don't think that's an option anymore. I think if you want to share it, you've got to have it be able to save it on your phone in some form or fashion, and then upload it manually, or like save it on your PC in one form or fashion, whichever works for you. Yeah, what have you left us? 2 Night Lady, 3 Unis and 2 Beehives. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's Sony have, like Microsoft and Nintendo, completely like severed the connection to Twitter, so you won't really be able to share anything. Oh, you can't share in activities. Oh, sorry. No, I don't know then. I don't know what's going on in that sense. Sorry, I completely misunderstood. They mostly did away with activities on PS5. That's why I don't really think about it. Well, I said, it's not that they've done away with it, it's just it's more out of the way, so you have to go out of your way to find it. Like when you go on someone's account, it will tell you what their activities are, but there's no like big like open homepage kind of thing. Well, now I've got a job request for you as always. Okay, you never let me ask you, so you're gonna have to explain this to me today. Well, yeah, well, let's put that aside for now. Maybe next time, okay? Here's today's request. An ultimate win sent with price up. A strange request. Etsy, what are you? It's a secret, remember? Counting on you. No, it's got away again. I'm really curious, but oh well. Right, hang on, before I get too carried away. Drop the obligatory save on the main file, so if we fuck up, we can load back. I feel like we've got a good rhythm, so that shouldn't happen, but I'd rather still take the safe side. So we need rows of ice stones, or alternatively... Where is it? Ingots. You know what? We got money. I took a dent out of it, but we got money. I just want to see if anyone else is selling a new recipe as well while I'm at it. God, the hole they're trying to put in my wallet with this. Oh. Hang on. Every time. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. It never gets old. Got them up. Yeah, fair enough. God, you're a Juna. Jesus, how much shit did we just learn how to make? Jesus Christ. I didn't even really acknowledge most of that. Sure, it's gonna be a crazy month for stuff next month anyway, so enjoy. Only one? What am I missing? Oh, it costs 3 ingots to make even one. Got it. Understood. No, I was gonna say, Pam, have you restocked? No, we haven't actually. Time hasn't advanced. Can we make that what she wants? I will not mention that after Aja playing the game by Falcon, a crossover character named Toa. Certainly not Herschel or Kokonoe. Oh, fair enough. What was the special condition she wanted on it? Hang on, before I get carried away. Price up. Okay.
何を作ろうかな。これなら簡単。どれを使おう。どれを使おう。どれを使おう。これでいい。それじゃできた。
For some reason, they put Toa from Trails in a game called Tokyo Zandu EX Plus.
どの特性をつけようかな。
Fair enough. I've never even heard of that. Whenever he comes around.
何を作ろう。
Oh, is that not what you wanted?
何を作ろうかな。これなら簡単か。どれを使おう。
Oh, doorbell. 1 second. Right, sorry, I'm back. It's actually a cool game set in the modern era rather than... Oh, fair enough. It's just a different take in that sense. There's still no. What am I... Oh, an ultimate win set. So you've got to make a really good quality one. Well, that's not going to happen anytime soon then, I don't think. Yeah, no, okay, so that's not happening, at least not yet. At least we're getting the synthesis request done super quick. Still need to explore more of the catacombs. We've also got this naval lake to try out. Wait, what's in the ruins? Defeat the Scare Phantom. Oh, we need to actually make... Where's ice stones? Hang on, before I get to go, where are the ice stones? We need to synthesize ice bombs. Mines, okay. They might be at the lake as well, but... Stuck, your shoelaces are untied. Huh? Oh, I didn't even notice. His neck. I know what that master said. Yeah, let's go. Oh. Ah! Ah! What are you? I'm so sorry. Just told me I should poke your neck and see what happens. That woman! Gosh, can't she teach you something useful for once? I'm sorry, I'm really, really sorry. I apologize, just don't do it again. Alright. I made him mad, but how did Master know about that? Why is she trying to fuck with these two so much? I like how it's just called the Snowstone area. I was like, is it anywhere else? Was it just in what's called the Snowstone area? Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't need to fight these guys, that's why I'm just doing this. I can just do that. I don't even need to leave. Oh, there's 4 slots this time. I'll do one more round and then we'll head on back and see how many ices we can make. Excuse me, ice stones? I'm doing one more round. What the fuck was that? There we go. Yeah, now I'll leave and go back and see how many ice bombs we can make. Four supplements. Oh, I have no MP. Hang on. Oh no, I do have MP. It doesn't cost any MP. I misread. Uh-oh. Bing, boom. Oh, it's boiling. All I have to do now is... Huh? Where's the ingredient? Am I out of it? Oh no! There's something wrong, Master. Oh, I'm sorry, but could you go buy something for me real quick? I can't leave the cauldron right now. Of course, I'll be right back. The sounds of a creature. Where is it coming from? Master. Please get away from me. I cannot walk with you around my feet. That's just an actress. That's not a cat. That's just someone going meow. What should I do? This is quite a predicament. So that's why you brought it back. Yes, what should I do? Yeah, it looks like it's still a kitten. It's very warm and fluffy. It feels excellent to the touch. Really, can I touch it? What? Why is it so upset with me? It doesn't seem to mind hom. Master, can we raise little meow here at the workshop? Little meow? It makes a meow sound and is very little, so it is little meow. I see. Well, I'll have to ask Master first. Don't bother asking, absolutely not. Whoa! I never know when you're here. Why not, Grandmaster? This is an alchemy workshop. I wanted tipping over potions, getting his hair all over the place. To be fair, good shout. There is so many cool like chemicals and bottles and just shit on shelves that this cat could knock over. That's why. Master tips over potions all the time. Plus, this is not an it. This is little meow. Hom, you just totally insulted me. Little meow, big meow, whatever it is. My answer is no. Go leave it somewhere. Yes, Grandmaster. Master, Hom looks sad. Yeah, and your look wasn't bad so bad either. What the fuck? That's not what I'm trying to do. Why can't we have a kitty? You got some cat walking around distracting you from your work? I think it's a lot less distracting than having you wandering around here. Oh, are you giving me attitude? I see. So you really want me to punish you, huh? Oh no, that's just not what I want. Just slip down my mouth. Whatever. There's something more interesting than punishing you today. Huh? Is this me? Or is it showing human-like emotions? Lots of ice bombs! I don't think any of them were good quality. No, none of them were 80 quality. That's always our bane. Let's go turn in all these ice bombs. What do I want, actually? Book, charm, almanac. Garden size increase could be nice. Kind of want Simpsons experience up. Nice. I had a feeling we wouldn't need to burn all of them. Alright, awesome. That quest is all good to go. Quest, you know what I mean, assignment. Oh, I should have actually checked what, speaking of quests. These ones again. Okay. Alright, so... Oh, get into fights, I couldn't do that. Isle fish, we need to go to the Isles to actually check that out. I think these are both on the lake. Make 5 healing bells. I don't think we have healing bells. As in something to make. Is this a new cauldron? And we need... Oh, never mind. Never mind. Let's look at the level requirement. Never mind. It's like, why is Rorona freaking out? I just said, Nani! Yeah, she's freaking out because she can't do it yet. Okay. Never mind. If I had the MP, could I at least get that above 0? Because if it's above 0, I might try and save scum it and see if I get lucky.
何を作ろうかな。
I'm gonna save scum it. I think we can do it.
何を作ろうかな。どれを使おう。どれを使おう。どれを使おう。新しい効果ができそうだよ。
35% chance. Cross my fingers. 1/3.
調合するよ。
Ah.
手をつけようかって出る。
Still get a shit ton of experience. Oh my.
何を作ろうかな。何を作ろう。
Nah, we're gonna load the save. You get a shit ton of experience for it.
何を作ろうかな。どれを使おう。どれを使おう。どれを使おう。新しい効果ができそうだよ。それじゃあ調合。
Ah.
つけようかってで。何を作ろうか。
I'll give it a couple more tries. I'm gonna wrap up in a minute anyway, so we can try and give this a couple more tries until I do. More so 'cause I'm just getting hungry.
何を作ろうかな。
The ultimate kryptonite that stops me.
どれを使おう。どれを使おう。新しい。それじゃあ調合できた。
Yes! There we go. Never mind, we got it.
手をつけようかな。
I don't even know what this is gonna be. I'm just curious.
何を作ろうかな。何を作ろう。
I don't think it's anything right now. Yeah, maybe I'll have significance later on. I'm still glad I made it. Okay, I already got my... Gonna download manually. Yeah, good luck with that. I'm gonna save again. As a whole, it's very snapshotable. I love that when you get that kind of, like... Because you can always get it in those fancy pants trailers where like they'll walk through and then the camera will pan up and it's like no one ever fucking plays like that. Like you shouldn't make your trailer about, hey, look how pretty it is. But when you actually get a game that actually is beautiful and it does make you want to stop and admire the scenery, it feels so nice. Also, she just like, oh, she's just got like a blanket over her, look. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it here. So we got 2 more assignments done. Our popularity is at 56%. And we're pretty much done with this one, so we're effectively 7 down, so we're beyond the halfway point on these assignments. Because once we turn this one in at the end, it'll be 7. So yeah, we're doing alright. Like I said, I don't know if we'll finish this game this week, but it feels like we're making good headway. It feels like we're getting a good mojo. Next time, so tomorrow, our first port of call will be exploring Naval Lake, because we haven't been there yet. But I digress, that is for tomorrow's misadventure. So as always, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't checked it out already, there is the Knights of Azure 2 review I let loose over the weekend. And I would very much appreciate any extra views or shares on, because it generally helps the channel out. I will be promoting that a little bit for the next few streams as a heads up, just because I put so much time into it. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, it genuinely really helps this channel grow. And you can find my Twitter, my Patreon, or my PayPal in the description of any video if you feel so inclined to leave a tip, or just follow me along in other means. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take care now. Oh, peace.